Greetings, mortals. I, Daniel, the keeper of arcane secrets, welcome you back to the frozen landscape outside of Radiance, Yukon. It is November 13th, 1922, and the last train of the season has made an overnight stop here at the birthplace of the Canadian gold rush. As the world still tries to heal from the Great War, a group of strangers has disembarked from the train and discovered that not all is as it seems in this quiet little town. The rich young lady, Charity Flanagan of the North Carolina Flanagans, and a hulking giant of a laborer, Moses T. Ripley, also known as Rip, have independently come here searching for riches and precious metals in the mines. With them were two men trying to escape their past. The spy turned hunter, known only as Gunther, and the disgraced French-Canadian detective, Martin Claude Noir. Let us meet him officially.
Bonjour, my name is Detective Martin Claude Noir, and I am played by Thierry. I am 52 years old, I stand 5 foot 4 inches tall, and though I dress professionally, upon closer inspection I appear tattered and worn. My demeanor suggests that I am cold and unforgiving in my duty to the police, yet my short stature and unwavering loyalty to the law prevent people from trusting me, and so I am kept at a distance. Originally I am from Montreal, Quebec, a police detective transferred to Radiance, Yukon, following the death of my only son, killed by police gunfire, killed by myself. During the war I worked in France as a military policeman. I interrogated people for war crimes against humanity that I did not think would be possible to do to a person. Now there is no form of suffering I won't believe has already been done to a man. My luck is slightly above average. My sanity is 65 at the beginning, and my hit points were 11. My investigator skills in which I am most proficient are firearms handgun, firearms rifle shotgun, listen, sleight of hand, spot hidden, and fast talk. My main two characteristics are dexterity and intelligence. My worst two are strength and size. You can follow my player at Instagram sendnoobsdnd.
While aboard the train, Detective Noir and the others met and befriended a skittish little geologist, Dr. Leonard Winkler, who invited Rip up to the scientific outpost that lies beyond the town's borders and tried to hire Gunther as a guide. But as Radiance drifted ever closer to the annual 37-day stretch where the sun hides behind the horizon, the travelers struggled to settle in to the strange town. While Charity made an impression as a wealthy visitor at the Wolfjaw Inn, Rip accidentally stumbled upon one of her secrets before making a little money as a hired hand and joining Gunther to shop for some new winter clothes. Gunther received a strange artifact from the shopkeeper, while Dr. Winkler took a dog sled on a quick trip out of town, and Detective Noir checked in at the police station running afoul of the local sheriff. But before the geologist could go far, he found a friend from the outpost babbling and naked in the frigid temperatures. He strapped his friend to the sled as the sun set and was forced to turn back to the strangely quiet town. Upon the sled's arrival back at the Wolfjaw Inn, Rip, Gunther, and Detective Noir were attacked by the seemingly dying man, discovering that his body had been warped and twisted in inhuman ways. There was a fight, and both Detective Noir and Gunther suffered great wounds before Rip dropped the man and Charity confirmed he was dead. The sheriff and two strange deputies took the body away and issued an ominous warning to the new arrivals. They immediately decided not to trust the local law enforcement and to escort Dr. Winkler back to the outpost to get some answers. As they left town, though, Rip and Gunther noticed many crows perched and silhouetted against the red aurora borealis. Crows of 5 feet tall, with red eyes, watching them silently. As the 5 people huddled together on the dog sled and ride towards the geological outpost, the strange colors of the northern lights bathe Radiance Valley in an eerie, oppressive glow, making the deep shadows of the sparse forest dance in the near darkness. Now let us begin part 2 of the 8-part miniseries that I call The Deep Dark of Radiance.
What are you guys using for light other than the aurora above you?
As you make your way, fixed my oil lantern to the dog sled.
Okay. You've affixed your oil lantern to the dog sled. You are all on this dog sled. It's quite wide. You have to crunch in because there are 4 suitcases that are taking up quite a lot of space. Mm-hmm. But who was driving it? I believe Gunther was driving.
No, you said.
Oh no, it was Martin that was driving it.
Yeah, Winky is curled up with
Leonard is curled up
Charity.
Next to Charity. What is Rip doing?
Holding on for dear life. I have this jacket, but like my beard is slowly turning to icicles and snow. So I'm just like just riding along.
Are you holding the lantern at the front?
Directly in front of my face.
Yeah, so you can't see anything.
No.
So it is absolutely freezing cold out right now. For those of us in Canada, it's probably close to negative 20 Celsius. But you guys are bummed up.
I'd probably wear flip-flops if anything.
You guys are making your way north. You would know by sled, you guys are about 5 or 6 hours from the outpost. You would know by walking, you are going to be more than a day away from town if you're walking through the wilderness. This is quite a ways out. And as you are making your way through...
Sorry, what does the wilderness look like? We're just talking rocks and shit?
So it's flat tundra. To the east of you, there is a large oppressive mountain range that just reaches up into the skies.
We're heading north.
And you're heading north right now, out of Radiance. There are copses of woods everywhere as you are riding through. It's not bare tundra. There is trees, there are large rocky outcroppings.
Like shrubberies and shit.
But there are like lightly wooded areas that you are passing by as you go. And the shadows within, with this red light raining and soaking into the landscape, the shadows within these woods is playing tricks on your guys' minds. So as we start off, I want everyone to roll a spot hidden as you make your way north.
Oh, God. And we're looking for less than, right?
You're looking for less than your total.
Well, I got a 86 against a 55.
So you fail.
You
are driving. Your sole focus is making sure you don't crash these dogs. It's probably been a while since you have driven a sled. I mean, you've done it once or twice. You are from Quebec, and you're from the northern reaches of Quebec before you served in Montreal. So this makes sense, but you are focused on the path in front of you.
I got a hard success.
A hard success, okay.
I got a 54 against an 85.
Okay, so you just have a regular success, and then Charity?
I have a 60.
Against a spot hidden of?
25.
You are engaged in conversation with Leonard. He is very nervous around you. He's a little bit older than you, but he's the kind of guy who's devoted his life to the sciences. So
roughly how old is Leonard?
He is in his early 40s.
Is he strangely wrinkly?
He is not strangely wrinkly.
Okay.
Oh, is his name Dr. Winkler? Have I spelled it wrong this whole time?
No, it's Lenny Winkler.
Okay.
Gunther, as you're sitting there, you are seeing, you're kind of keeping an eye on the woods, and your trained hunter's eye, you see several signs of wolves as you're going. Not necessarily the wolves themselves, but you see telltale signs of wolves and bears and things in the area. Scratches on trees. The odd eviscerated carcass of some animal that has been left to like a rib cage standing in the snow. That's it. Okay, as you're driving by and you see these signs. Rip, you specifically, as you're holding the lantern up, you see something large just on the edge of your porch light move lightning quick outside of
Define large.
It's about the size of a bear, a little bit larger than your average polar bear, but you see it has lupin features. It has wolf features, and it runs just outside of the edge of your vision, and it takes you a second to really process that, no, that's actually what you saw. You saw this gigantic wolf run past.
I'm not going to say anything to anyone. I also saw these big-ass crows, and I'm wondering about my own sanity at this point.
Yeah, okay.
But I didn't see this, right? So I'm going
You're just
hard
going-
on this dog
yeah.
sled.
Are the dogs reacting to this at all?
The dogs are moving forward. I don't think they witnessed it in any way. There's no change in the dogs themselves. Now, you guys ride for about an hour out of town. The dogs do start to behave weirdly at this point. Terry, you are... Martin. You are more aware of this as anyone else, as you try to steer the dogs, and they are fighting where you're trying to lead them towards.
They're trying to go off in a different direction?
They're trying to go off in a different direction. So I would like for you to roll a drive check.
Ooh, what's that? Drive auto?
Yes. Now, we had said this was going to work with your dog sled.
Okay. Oh, yes! I just scored an 11 against a 20. So almost a hard, but...
Almost a hard success, but a success in itself.
Yeah.
You really bear down on the dogs and like really lean into the pull, and you direct the heavier people on the crew, Rip and Gun respectively, to lean into this as well, and the dogs finally start leading in the direction.
Just yell at the dogs.
But those of you on the actual cart itself, you notice the dogs are starting to whine. They're starting to really protest going this way. And getting them to move with a rapid pace is getting harder and harder to do. And within another half hour, 45 minutes, the dogs nearly come to a halt. They're in the snow, and they're panting heavy and whining, and they seem to be gathered in amongst themselves. Like their line has gone slack, and they are kind of bundling up amongst themselves.
So I just keep trying to move in.
They are not responding.
Hey, allez!
They are actively whining in their spots.
I'm gonna turn to
I guess
Dr. Winkler. Are we here? Is this normal?
Dr. Winkler is going to stand up and kind of shake his hand and goes, no, the dogs never have this sort of reaction. It's usually a fairly decent ride through the...
How much further do we have to go?
He looks around at the trees and... another 2 hours?
2 hours?
An hour?
Gunther knows animals, right? Gunther, hey, why they fucking stop?
I've never ridden a dog sled. Maybe you could tell me.
Gunther, you can roll a a natural world if you would like, or survival to try to influence these animals.
I will do a survival.
Okay.
Can I help him by just giving them a little whip to get him going?
You can, and that would give him advantage, which lets you roll 2d10 and take the 2 of the percentile d10, the 2-number d10.
Yeah.
Take the lower option.
Okay.
But the D10 itself actually still goes ahead, though, right?
So the first one was a 49 and failed. And the second one is a 10?
Plus the
18. 18.
Ooh, shit, that's
19.
good.
Right.
19.
Which is a hard pass.
Hard pass.
Right.
Okay. The dogs are
Sorry, not
terrified of something, and the way that they're behaving, they're kind of looking up and sniffing the air. There's something in the air that they smell that you're not aware of, that they are terrified of.
Can I spot hidden around me?
Yeah, go to town. Are you going to let anyone else know that this is a problem?
Not yet.
Okay.
79. Yeah, that's a pass.
That's a pass.
Yes.
You look around, and you are actually where the dog sled has stopped. You were just past a couple copses of trees, and there's weird red shadows being played as the Aurora Borealis moves above you. There's a bit of a clearing in front of you, and as you look in the clearing, right at the edge of where the light from the lantern hits, you see this odd shape. It's probably about 3 feet tall, just still in the middle of the road, but it looks out of place.
Hey, Leonard, is that normal over there?
I'm going
to spot hidden.
He looks forward, and I don't see what you're pointing towards.
Anybody else see over there what I'm looking at? It's about 3 feet tall, just on the edge of the woods there.
Do I get advantage with my light?
Sure.
Yay. That's a hard success.
Hard success. You actually determine, Rip, that it is the form of a human, but it is the torso up. Like, this is someone sitting in the snow.
What?
And they are still.
That's a man.
Stop. Because we're making noise, right? You're going to be aware of it. I'm actually going to pull my camera out and say, everybody just watch close. And I'm going to put the flash on, and I'm going to aim the camera at the direction. I'm going to set the flash off on the camera.
Everybody roll a spot hidden. I love you.
Hard pass.
Ooh, hard fail. I've got a lantern in my
Fail.
face.
I made the mistake of looking into the flash. The camera was facing me as I was trying to figure it out.
And Charity?
Fail.
Okay, Gunther. Everyone else is rubbing their eyes as this bright flash in the darkness.
We were unprepared.
Blinds
This was the first
everybody.
ever selfie taken.
But you saw what was going on, and you cover it so that you actually get the desired effect of the landscape quickly flashing. And you see the form of a woman sitting in the snow, and she's just staring up into the sky.
Hey, everybody, there's I think that's a woman over there. We should maybe go and have a look.
I will draw my rifle out.
Leonard stands up and goes, "A woman? How tall?"
The object's
height,
about
Leonard,
3
Jesus.
feet tall. It might be sitting
one
or
of the
crouching.
geologists, Melody. She shouldn't be up this far. And he starts rummaging around, and he grabs a crowbar that is just in the supplies here, and he's like, "Okay, let's go."
I'm going to draw my rifle out.
Okay. Guys, in spite of what's currently happened, today, I think I will kind of set up a little ways away with a rifle trained on her, just in case. All right?
The pus is bleeding from my stitches, I will agree.
Yeah, I'm holding my neck. Whoa, guys!
Charity, what are you doing?
I will protect them with my rifle.
Okay.
So everybody's staying back except for Leonard moving forward. All right, I'll go forward.
Wait, we haven't finished the plan, Adam.
Okay.
All I've said so far is I've drawn my rifle. I will train my rifle on her. Do we want to go forwards? We can maybe yell for her to come to us.
I mean, whoever's approaching, I imagine, would be speaking, yes.
Have we decided we want to approach her, or do we want to see if we can bring her to us?
Let's call out to her first.
So I'm thinking we're going to spread out, maybe dog sled in the middle. I'm going to go out to kind of the one side. Mia can maybe go to the other, Charity go out to the other side. And then, Martin.
I'll stay on the sled in case we got to get out of here fast.
It makes sense. Get it,
and I will lead Leonard forward.
Okay, Leonard is going to practically be hiding behind you. This man is not brave in any interpretation of the word. He is literally shivering behind you, and not because he's cold. Okay.
And I'm got my shovel in my hands.
Okay.
I mean, do you want a gun? I have a gun.
I don't know how
the
to.
last guy with a knife.
I could, but like a shovel.
Right?
We saw how well guns worked earlier tonight.
So you make your way forward slowly. Are you?
I'm gonna creep forward, but I'm not being stealthy. I'm just going very slowly, ready to run if I need to. My hairs are risen on the back of my neck from seeing all this crazy shit.
Yeah.
Right, from all the animals. Lenny, what's her name again?
Melody. No, Dr. Meyer.
Dr. Meyer. We're your friends, and I got a Leonard here.
Okay, I would like for you to roll a persuasion.
Do I even have? Oh, this.
Or a charm. A charm. Roll a charm.
Come on.
Can I go with persuasion?
No. It depends.
It makes no difference, really. It's
Persuaded, I'm sure.
hard no.
94. You let us on for a second.
Okay. She is unmoving, and as you are slowly inching your way forward, what is your base listen?
My base listen is 65.
65.
I'm going to turn around. I'm going to hand the...
Yeah, Leonard will hold the lantern up for you.
Yeah.
And he's got this crowbar in his hand and this thing, and he's just shivering. And you actually hear the lantern itself is creaking.
Like
click, as he's just shaking, holding this thing. Real quick, Gunther, you are running off into the woods to find a spot to set up as...
Oh, no, I'm thinking maybe like 30 yards...
You would know with gun technology as it is today, you will spook the dogs if you fire a gun too close to them. And what that could do is cause them to book it.
Sled dogs are going to be spooked by a gun?
It depending on how close you are by them.
Okay. All right, well, I'll move the minimum required distance away.
Yeah, and you would know that.
29 meters.
I'd like for you to roll a stealth real quick to see how well hidden you are.
I am not hidden at all.
Okay. With a loud creak and crunches in the fresh powder, you find a spot and you go down, and you've got that wound in your leg from the war, and you've got the gigantic wound in your neck as well, so there's lots of gasping and groaning as you make your way to your spot, but you manage to hold your rifle properly. Charity, are you just going to stick with the dogs, or...?
Yes.
Okay. You've had like hunting dogs and stuff like that before, so you set up with your gun and you're in a good spot. Martin.
So you already tried to bring her out, hey?
Well, I'm still creeping
he's
forward.
Still creeping.
I'm not there yet.
You guys see this like orb of light pushing and going into the darkness as Rip and Dr. Leonard get further and further away.
Okay, I'm just gonna hold my action. Whatever Call of Cthulhu. If she attacks Rip, then I'll fire on her.
Okay. Mo, roll a spot hidden as you move forward.
It's Rip. Oh, that's a success.
Okay. As you get closer, you see that the reason why she's not moving is she is encased in a thin layer of frost and ice. The snow has buried her lower extremities, and she's sitting in the snow, and she's looking up to the Aurora Borealis. And there's this look of serenity on her face. But she is definitely 100% dead. And as you stop there, you hear distant howls that echo through the valley. Anyone who... Gunther, I would like for you and Rip to roll listen checks, please.
Nope.
They sound distant.
No, I'm hearing myself crunch through the snow.
They sound distant. Good.
I'm going to stop, though, right here, and I'm going to turn around and be like, Leonard, my friend, I'll take this. I want you to go back and send the Frenchman to me.
Okay.
Don't look. Just go.
Is she okay? And he's like leaning past
I'm blocking his vision. I'm going to look at him and, well, she won't get any worse by sending the Frenchman here.
Okay. Okay, fine. And he starts booking it. And about halfway through, his foot snags on something. And he hits the ground hard. This plume of snow erupts out from him and lands around. And he starts kind of cursing under his breath in a language not many of you understand. He is cursing in Spanish.
Is he Spanish looking?
Huh? No. He has no Spanish features whatsoever.
Ooh. People go to their native language at times of anger and passion.
So he hits the ground, and then as he turns around, he starts to scream and howl, and he is pushing himself back on his hands, and like scooting himself back away from whatever it was he tripped.
All right, I'm running forward. I gotta see what this is.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm stepping forward too with my rifle.
I'm going to train my rifle on him.
Okay. As you guys all train your rifles on Lenny, and you run forward, you actually see sticking out of the snow is a arm. Its hand is outstretched from the snow.
Can I ask if we heard him speak Spanish?
Well, listen.
Rip
was close enough.
As an officer of the law, this will be interesting for me. Oh, yes, I did, son. Where's listen in the alphabet? Oh, yeah, I got hard success.
Hard success? Yeah, you heard him. You hear him cuss specifically in Spanish. One of your friends on the force was Latino, so he taught you some of the interesting words, and he's going through the gamut.
He is.
Yeah, da puta madre, as he hits the ground, kind of deal, right?
Wow.
So,
I see there's an arm sticking out of the...
yeah, around, like, the fingers is a cord of some sort, and whatever is on the bottom of the cord is, like, stuck in the snow.
Alright, I'm gonna run forward and be like, there's another person here! Sorry, there's another person here!
Okay.
I'm gonna put the lantern down and just start, like, digging at the snow. And
Okay.
Nobody move!
I'm still digging.
I'm just gonna walk right back.
This is a crime scene. Stop and act.
He could still be alive!
God damn it.
Can I do a medicine check to find out?
Yes, yeah.
I do not know if this person's alive or not.
You have no earthly clue. What was your total?
50.
Oh, yeah. You are rapidly digging, and you get, like, 6 or so scoops out before the arm falls, and you see that it is just an arm from, like, the mid-bicep.
All right.
Okay, at this point we have 2 dead bodies, so I'm running over.
I'm going to step up and be like, he's not alive!
Okay,
I'm
so
going to
you run over, and
away.
this arm is now on the ground. It is bare. It is a woman's arm. It's quite thin and delicate. And around the fingers, frozen along the fingers, is this cord.
I'll push Rip back and I'm on the side of it. Will you never stop? I say to the heavens. Can I investigate the arm? As the officer of the law here.
Yes, you can, as you curse the heavens. Leonard has got up, gone back to the cart, and is sitting next to you with the blanket over his face. He wants nothing to do with
Look,
this.
Charity's off the sled.
Yeah.
He is on the sled with the blanket over his
What
face.
am I rolling here?
You are rolling a spot hidden.
Yeah, that's what we got.
Didn't go well. 63 against a 55.
Can I do it as well? I'm standing right there.
Yeah. In fact, you could aid his search.
I'm not going to, though, because I just got an extreme success.
Don't be a better cop than me. Okay.
No, I'm not. I'm just, you're holding it and I'm seeing the other side of it. I'm like, oh, that's the thing.
Okay, you pull up this arm, and your experience with
Body parts.
working in the mine specifically,
Killing women. I was just piggybacking off his joke. Now that we found the line, so we'll dial it back from there.
You pull this up, and with your experience working in the mines, you have found out that you could kind of see the difference between a wound caused by a tool and a wound caused by a more natural occurrence. And
This wasn't a cut. This was a rip.
this was a rip. This thing was torn off.
I can see that.
And mid-bicep. Like, the bone is still sticking out and is jagged and hard. And you look at this cord, and as you pull the cord up, there's actually a name tag hanging off of it. And you flip it to see the identification.
Like dog tag? Or
A name tag.
Name tag.
And as you flip it, you see an identification card that has been a little bit marred due to the moisture of the snow and everything else, but it says Dr. Melody Meyer.
Okay.
But
We're talking like this is a lanyard, right?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
a lanyard. The cord is a lanyard.
But the woman that was in the snow had both of her arms.
No one looked.
All right.
Does the woman in the snow have both of her arms?
Her arms are not outstretched.
So I'm
she
gonna-
was
I'm
just
gonna see
sitting
this.
with like her.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to see this. I'm not going to say anything to the inspector. I'm just going to turn around and book it back to the body.
You go back to the body, and the body has several wounds present on it that
What do you
have.
mean wounds?
I mean, marks that something has been chewing on this.
No, it's not unusual. It's the wilderness.
And the arm itself has been torn off by some sort of toothy maw and dragged over here and gnawed on, right? Her face is serene. And the one thing you do note is underneath this wound on her arm is a large pool of frozen blood.
Over here, please, Mr. Noir.
Bonjour, qu'est-ce que tu fais? What are you doing? And I will just stomp over there and just...
You see the same. You see this small framed, she's maybe in her late 30s, blonde hair, a little bit darker tone to her skin woman sitting, and her hair, her face is looking up to the sky, and she's got a serene smile on her
I want
face.
to investigate her body for
I'm going to reach out for the arm.
She's got
hand it over.
Tooth marks and whatnot in her neck and side, and her only good arm, as the other one has been torn off.
I will call for Gunther over, who knows animals of all sizes, and maybe he'll determine what did this.
I'm going to hold up the arm to the stump and go,
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll run over.
As you run over, Charity, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go back to the sled.
You're gonna go back to the sled?
Mm-hmm.
As you get close, Leonard, what's going on? And he moves the blanket away from his face to look at you, and he's white with terror. He's pale, he's sweating, he's just terrified.
I say I think they're examining the body, but I think we should just leave because I'm scared.
The body?
She looks dead.
Oh no. If she's dead and Ryan died, oh God, I hope Dr. Lang's okay.
Doctor who?
Dr. Lang, he was the lead geologist.
Still don't trust Leonard.
You are investigating her body.
She says out loud.
Roll a medicine.
Wait. Are you over there with us now?
As I'm going, I want to spot around again. Just to...
do it.
Oh, 61 against 1.
Hard pass.
61 against
My medicine,
1.
I have to get 1% to pass.
Okay, she's cut up, and in the snow, she's kind of frozen, but she is 100% dead.
Is there anything on her body in her pockets?
She is. So she's wearing a white, like a lab coat. She's not wearing any sort of heavy furs or anything that someone would wear to walk out in the wilderness.
What's
She's
in the
wearing
pockets
a lab
of the lab coat?
You open it up. There's a couple pens and whatnot on the one side, and on the other side there is a small coiled notebook that is frozen closed in her other pocket. And you open up her lab coat, and it crinkles and cracks as you open it up. And she's got on a very nice button-up blouse that has been ripped to shreds as well. You just see blood soaking it in various spots.
Any jewelry, lockets, or anything like that?
There's something around her neck. You see a chain, but it goes underneath the blouse of her shirt.
I'm sorry.
At this point, Gunther, what was your spot hidden?
24. It's a hard pass.
Hard pass. You don't hear anything, but as you're keeping your eyes to the side, you do see movement on the edges of the light around you. And you see wolves around you. You see these white-gray shapes on the edge. And you see these wolves. And they're good-sized pups, but they're sitting on the edge. And there's probably 8 of them on the edges of your vision. And they're just watching.
Okay, as I get up to everybody else, hey, anybody else notice any of those wolves there circling us?
I'm going to look up. What? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Do I get advantage because you pointed at it?
Yep.
Alright.
Can I look as well because he's pointed out to me?
You can as well, Terry.
Yeah, that's a success.
What am I rolling for?
Spot hidden. You see about 8 or so wolves. And they are around you. And with your kind of look, you notice that they are sitting on their haunches, and they're all looking in. And they're all around that same kind of line of the light where they're just barely visible.
Alright, I'm going to take my eyes off them, but I am going to kind of reach out and blindly tap Gunther on the shoulder and be like, is that normal?
Wolves? Hunting prey?
Watching like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
If we train our rifles and fire, we can remove 3 immediately. The others may scatter.
Best not to provoke them.
Agreed.
They're just interested here in a frozen corpse. They can smell the blood.
Okay.
Let's put her on the sled and bring her with.
Do we have room?
I want you to investigate that chain around her neck.
Okay, as you pull this symbol out, it is a simple cross. Like a simple
Christian cross?
Christian cross. But as you pull it out, you note that it has been turned upside down.
No.
So the crossbeam of the cross is hanging low. So are you guys picking her up, bringing her back to the cart?
I say yes.
Sure. I'm 5'2" and 135 pounds, so if anybody else...
You carry the arm.
I'll carry the arm, reluctantly.
Okay.
Gunther.
Grab a hold of the arm.
Yes. Head or feet?
Yes. Feet.
All right.
Okay. She is sitting cross-legged in the snow, and as you kind of tip her over, the snow and the hard pack around her pulls away with her, and you see that she's barefoot. And there is no signs of frostbite. She is just frozen solid. With bare feet, she's wearing a simple pair of slacks that are riding short, but her feet are bare. And you pick her up, and you move her over to the sled. And as you're looking around, you guys note as someone picks up the light and moves it over, I'm assuming?
Yeah, I've got it.
Yeah, okay. As you're moving that, the wolves on the edges of the light get up and slowly follow the edge of the light and then sit back down to watch what you guys are doing.
So we're back at the sled?
Everyone is back at the sled. And Leonard sits there and he sees you guys lay Melody down next to him. And he is shook again. He didn't see you guys take out Ryan. He was away looking for help when you guys killed the last one. And seeing this one in front of him, he is just a wreck. He is in tears. And he is like hand on her face weeping. Oh my
god. Hey, Leonard. Lenny.
What?
How far away are we from the station? The outpost?
If we really push the dogs, if they'll move, an hour, maybe 2?
Guys, this isn't right. She's out here. No frostbite. Nothing. No shoes. Made it this far, 2 hours by foot.
Mm-hmm.
That's not right. There's wolves around us. Honestly, our best bet is to maybe just leave her here and continue on. It'll make sure that something funky doesn't happen with her. It might distract the wolves.
No, we have to bring her with us.
Why?
We have to...
For a proper burial.
Yeah, we're not just going to leave her
as well. Though it may be dangerous, I am inclined to agree with Rip and Monsieur Leonard.
I'm going to look at Charity pointedly and be like, it's the proper thing to do.
Proper, yes, but I don't know. Things are pretty weird.
You think we should leave the body here?
Yes. Maybe bury her in the snow?
Leave her for the wolves. We take anything valuable and we leave her for the wolves.
Maybe we could
pick a side, Martin.
We could tie her up to a tree to keep the wolves away from her.
I'm having a debate. I'm having a conversation.
She's not going to go bad in this weather. We can come back later. We have bigger problems currently.
Okay, so what are you guys doing?
I say we leave the body. I'm taking that notebook, though. I'm making that abundantly clear.
Okay, cool.
Just to be clear, Captain Police Officer, man.
I am not a captain.
Okay. You want the body with all of our fingerprints all over it to be abandoned in the side of the woods with no other witnesses besides the 5 of us?
I am the police officer. You're okay.
Now that you say that, maybe we should bring it back.
Nobody trusts the police in
outpost.
1922.
Nobody trusts the 6'6" police guy back at the town.
He is an asshole. You're right. Burn the body.
Burn the body? How are you lighting a frozen body?
I do have 2 lighter fluids.
Okay.
I have lantern oil. We will commit the body.
Well, Leonard, what do you want?
If we're gonna leave her, which I don't know why we would.
As we can. There's too many suitcases, I'm afraid. Unless I'll just pick up a suitcase at random. Could be any one of them. May have clothes, may be full of cash, who knows. And I'll go, if we leave this one.
No, you can put that back.
You grab one that is incredibly heavy.
I think we have to leave the body and burn it.
Okay.
Cremating is respectful.
It is respectful. Leonard, like, if we're going to do anything, I think there's weird stuff going on. I don't want more of this. And she points to the disembodied arm that you're just casually holding around and waving around like a billy club. I don't want more of this happening to my friend. So, let's do that. But I think cremation's the best bet.
Okay. Everyone's agreed in cremation?
Yes.
Cherry, you good with that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes.
As long as we say some appropriate words.
I will probably not be here for the service. I'll step back. Myself and God have very different opinions on how to run a universe.
I'm assuming, Lenny, you're not a man of the church.
God, no.
I see what you did.
Gunther? No.
Gunther doesn't care.
Charity? I'll say some words then.
Everyone else going to step back.
You're just dousing her in fluid and lighting a match?
Yeah, Gunther will use a bottle of lighter fluid.
Okay, are you going?
Can we do it? Do you think we can do it with a lighter fluid? Because I have a spare can of lantern oil, but we probably shouldn't use that up.
I'm not really going to help. I'm just going to sit back on the sled.
Surprise, surprise.
No, please, don't get up.
And just
You're going to sit there and console Leonard?
I guess I will.
He weeps into your shoulder.
I'm like visually annoyed, but understanding.
Let's say roll a survival real quick.
Fire check.
That's past 24.
Okay.
I'm going to say some words.
You guys bring Melody off to the side, and you set her down. And I'm assuming you guys have kind of gone through all of her pockets and everything?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I took her notebook and her...
Are you putting the arm with the rest of the body as well, and everything's going to go up?
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
Cool.
You seem very keen on this.
You guys put her away from
all or nothing.
You guys put her away on the put her away off to the side, away from the trees. Gun, you're starting to pour lighter fluid on her as Rip says his words.
Is there a roll for this? I don't even know if there is.
What are you going to say?
Something Christian.
Something Christian?
Something powerful.
There is an occult roll, which I will give you an occult roll.
No.
Okay. You make up something vaguely Christian sounding.
Our Father. Oh, maybe not all of ours. Some of us. Like a distant relative. My father. Not my literal father, but God. God.
I will stand back silently but visibly unimpressed.
God, look after this woman who died in the snow alone. Amen.
And you throw a match. And with a wolf, she goes up. The smoke that pours off is this thick black smoke as you light her up. But she kind of lights the area with this raging inferno that is her body. And you see the wolves, the second you light her on fire, scatter. They all get up and run away.
I will put my rifle back in and I'm ready the dogs, and I'll say,
I had hoped that the three of us would never have to smell this again, but here we are.
Listen checks all around, please.
man, I'm shit at this.
That's 4.
That's a 4.
That's
that is
a
an
fail.
extreme success.
77 against a 50.
Fail. God, no.
Charity, you're sitting there, and the rest of you are kind of figuring out what's going on. But Charity, you hear a high-pitched whine or a squeal coming from the body of this woman as she's lit up. And it's accompanied with these short popping noises, kind of like the sound of popcorn going off or something. And you kind of turn your head to see what's going on, and out of her wound on her arm, you see this thick, black, worm-like thing fall out, and the noise is coming from it, and it is squealing, and it's got this thick slime on it, and the slime is caught aflame as it's next to the body, and the flames have kind of spread, and you see this thing wriggling and flailing on the ground as it shrivels up into nothingness. I need you to make a sanity check.
Holy.
With these?
Yep. You roll that and try to roll below your sanity.
60. No.
No, you can...
No, you can use...
You can. Okay, so this is... You can push a roll, which means you could try to roll again and get a different level of success to go. So instead of rolling below your sanity, you would have to roll whatever the half of that mark is. Or what you could do is you could spend luck points to bring that down in a 1-for-1 basis. So you rolled a 60. Mm-hmm. What's your sanity?
55.
So you could spend 5 luck points and pass this roll.
What's the consequence of pushing?
If you fail, it gets so much worse.
It gets so much worse. Yeah. And you could push and spend luck on any roll you do unless it's a contested roll in, like, combat.
Mm-hmm. Really?
Yeah.
Can you push sanity? I thought you...
Oh, no, you cannot push sanity. No.
Yeah.
So your only option at this point would be to spend luck or get a bad effect.
I'll spend luck.
So what you do then is you erase 5, so your 55 drops to 50. but you pass.
Oh, okay.
Or sorry, how much luck do you have?
70.
70.
Sorry, that drops to 65.
You got luck for days. You're fine.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that then.
Okay. So you see this thing shrivel up, and you feel this chill run through your body. Mm-hmm. Like, whatever this thing was, it was not natural. And its mere presence in your mind causes your mind to kind of shut down for the briefest moments, but then you come to again and are off on your own, pretty much. Like, you see this, but you're fine. Mm-hmm. Gunther, what do you need?
So I'm assuming Gunther noticed that as soon as this thing went up in flames, the wolves kind of were not happy.
Everyone
about it?
did. Yeah, and like Rip and Gun were specifically keeping an eye on the wolves.
Everybody, I think maybe we should go and get some branches. Maybe if someone had some extra clothing that they were carrying with them.
With a meaningful glance towards her.
We could wrap up some makeshift torches. This fire seems to keep the wolves away, and maybe good to have a stock on the sled with us.
Agreed.
Okay.
I guess I could spare one suitcase.
Would you like me to open this one?
No! I will choose the suitcase.
It's not polite to go through a lady's things. And I shoot her a glance.
Alright, well, I'm going to take Martin. Monster Martin. Would you potentially maybe be able to cover us while Rip and I go and make some torches here?
I will redraw my rifle, look off to the distance, and say, "But of course."
I'm just going to make this relatively simple. You guys grab the wood from the surrounding bushes and whatnot, and then you make these makeshift torches. With your survival training, the fact that both of you were former military, it's not hard to make a decent enough torch, especially with the supplies you have on hand. And I'll give you guys 5 torches that you have, that you managed to put together in this time. That actually work.
Everybody gets one?
Everybody gets one.
Oh, yeah, I'll give everybody one, so I'll probably keep 2 just on the sled to grab whenever.
What about Lenny?
Lenny, I would imagine, would have one.
Alright.
So that's just 1 each.
Yeah.
Sure, 1 each.
And with that, you also notice as the wolves run off in the distance and as the body is burned, your dog sled dogs calm down. And you know you would be able to drive them again.
Mush!
And you guys go. And you are riding for maybe another 45 minutes to an hour. And you're riding hard. You start seeing these these more regular shapes appear in the darkness ahead of you. And as you get closer and get closer and get closer, you are coming up to the border of this scientific outpost. There's this large chain link fence that goes around this entire compound. You see these small guardhouses on the outside of the gate as you're approaching from the south end. You see these guardhouses, and they're mostly buried in snow and misused. You see a large rolling gate that is kind of open maybe 3 feet. Like, it's not open wide, but it's just left there. Inside the compound are several buildings, and I actually have maps for you guys. You guys are approaching from the south, and you see these guardhouses, and there's a guardhouse on the outside of the fence, and there's a guardhouse just on the other side of the fence as well. You would suspect that this is the thing that helps them open and close it. To the right is a large building. This is probably 3 stories tall. It's featureless except for a large sign that's kind of cockeyed and hanging off of one mounting on the side of it that just says McGregor Laboratory Scientific Outpost NV-037. Just beyond that building, you see a large covered area that has a series of cages in it. It's shielded from the weather from the surrounding buildings, but it's still a little exposed. And you, as a hunter, Gunther, would know.
As a hunter? As
a hunter, Gunther, you would know this is a kennel. This is where like their dogs and stuff would be kept. Beyond that, you see a 4-story bare stone house or building that has a simple glass door on the front, one swing glass door, and above it just is a plain plaque that says residences. To the west of the compound are these 2 equally large footprint of building, but they are both charred and black and collapsed upon themselves and covered in snow. These two buildings were once probably the same size as the residence. They were maybe another residence building, or they were a warehouse or something. But time and a fire from long ago has collapsed these two buildings in upon themselves. And then beyond that, you see the external gate of the compound, and there is another guardhouse just beyond that last external gate. And you guys are riding up to the outpost here, and you hear a sigh of relief as Lenny sits up and goes, "Oh, good, we're here." He hops off of the dog sled and starts yelling for Dr. Lang as he walks into the compound.
Whoa, Leonard, we go together.
We gotta get Dr. Lang. I mean, if
he's been fine this long, he can wait another 3 minutes for us to all go together.
Okay, well, let's go. We can bring the dogs in with us. And he goes over and he just starts moving the gate open.
No, let's stop him. We gotta control this situation. I'm gonna stop him and pull him back.
What?
And say,
Mr. Leonard, we must control this situation. People have died, and you are being erratic. Please stop. We will say where we're going.
Persuade.
Shit. 34 against 11.
Yeah, he shakes his head and goes, "But
I can persuade him.
we need to go inside. We need to get in there now.
Go
Go get the dogs and bring them in. I will show you where we're going."
And we will go inside. But rushing in will only make you end up like your friend. Do you want to end up like your friend?
No.
Yeah,
I do not want
works.
to end up like your friend either.
Okay, Leonard, let's take a deep breath, and we can all go together.
Okay, well, let's get inside. I don't want to be outside of the walls any longer.
No, let's
Okay.
first. My vote is to check the guard posts for ammo, first aid kits, keys, that type of thing.
Leonard, seems to me that there's a lot of guardhouses here for being like 6 hours by sled out of the nearest town. That doesn't seem to be a major threat. Tell me about that. What's up with that?
The guardhouses, we don't really use them anymore. They were back when this was a mining camp. And they brought up precious metals and stuff like that. They wanted to keep the vagrants and various tribals out.
Excellent, makes sense. Wow, why don't we get the dog sled turned around, just in case we have to make a quick exit out of here?
It is, by the way, late at night. You guys are all exhausted. You've been on the sled all day.
Zillow, gotta be safe.
We should let the dogs rest.
Yeah.
Keeping them caught up with this in the elements outside with no one around to freak out and stuff is a bad idea. Put them inside. Let them sleep. If we need to get out of here, we need them rested.
Yeah, I agree, but also we just got to this place after seeing crazy person, a dead body. We're not just going to walk in.
Let's inspect before we settle.
Okay, spot hiddens all around.
I want to check the guard post.
Yep, roll spot hidden specifically for the guard post.
I succeed.
Hard pass.
I do not succeed.
Oh, I succeed. 41 against 55.
Okay. You go up to the guard post and you see that it is actually chained closed. There's a padlock on it, and it's old and ancient. But there's a glass window on it, and you give this glass window a wipe, and inside you see a shotgun leaning up against the wall with a small box of shells by it. There's also a first aid kit sitting on the counter, as well as like old newspapers and various other things. From your counting, there's probably 3 shells. There is a small metallic first aid kit.
I'll call over the party.
Real quick, you two. For the normal success, you're looking around. You don't see any signs of movement within the...
I'm looking in as I pull the gate open.
Okay,
That's what
yeah.
I'm doing.
You are opening the gate, and you are looking kind of around, trying to see if there's any movement within the compound, anything else like that. Yeah.
I'm doing a quick scan.
So you open up the gate, and you're looking around. You don't see much of anything here. In fact, it's almost...
A little too quiet.
It's still. and there are no lights on anywhere. It is dark. And the sound of the gate opening kind of echoes throughout the valley as you open this thing up. Like, it is dark. The only thing you hear is like the odd whistling wind and the sound of this gate opening. For your hard success, you hear the flutter of wings, and you look up to see 36 of these gigantic black crows that you saw in the city. You see them, and as this gate is opened, they all take off into the sky.
Crows!
We're not being quiet, hey? I can just against this window and get this.
I'm actually going to throw you my pickaxe.
Okay, but if I just remove the door, I'll maybe just stick the pickaxe in against the door.
Okay, roll a strength check.
Rip, can you assist?
With the tool, I will give you assistance. So you get advantage on this, which is good.
Because I rolled a 92. Now I rolled a 72. I'm not even going to check. I know it's terrible. What am I rolling for? Strength?
Strength.
Up top.
It's in your characteristics.
Oh. No.
You put this thing up against, and you pull, and you creak, and this door is not budging.
I'm going to walk over and do it.
You actually see,
first.
with your second glance at this thing as it's confounding you, you see thick bands of metal around the door. Like a weather stripping locking mechanism. Yeah, like a weather strip or a locking mechanism. Like there's this metal around the door frame itself.
Is that a thing which is designed to stop me from getting it?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, Gunther was going to say something.
Yeah, why don't you let someone maybe a little bit younger try this?
Or bigger. I'll do it.
All right.
Yeah.
I will let...
with the tool.
Andre the Giant walks over.
Younger and or bigger.
I rolled a critical success. I rolled a 0-1.
As you should. As well you should.
Yeah.
Okay. You put your foot through the door, and it splinters.
It's weird. He was using the pickaxe.
The door effortlessly flies open, and there's this moment where you just share a glance with Martin. However, with that, you kick it hard enough where the door slams open, and this compartment. You notice that the ceiling of this building is kind of this drop T-bar ceiling. You knock one of these panels off of the top, and it falls down. And along the inside of it are a thick coating of dust, but also in this brownish ink scrawled marks all through the top of this panel.
What do they look like?
It's very pictographic. It's not a language per se, but
I'm reading it. It's like falcon, upside down triangle.
Yeah,
wolf
like home, axe, falcon, bird thing, circle, weird triangle.
That's a penis.
But it is all over, and it is like written on the back of this thing.
That's weird. We're gonna keep that for later.
Would we?
And you know that this guardhouse, it's like a 10 by 10 guardhouse, right?
I'm gonna take these hieroglyph. What am I gonna call it? Hieroglyphic stick.
Well, it's a panel of the drop ceiling, so this thing's like
a
1.5 by 3 feet long.
All right,
right. And
I won't take it then. All right.
Yeah.
Well, you put it on the sled of holding.
But it's made of a very light asbestos material because it's the 1920s, and you're all going to die of cancer.
I'm going to hold it up and be like, "Take a picture."
Oh, very intelligent.
I actually am pretty intelligent.
Do you want to smile? Or... From inside the guard post.
I have disadvantage on spot hidden for the next 3 minutes.
Roll a spot hidden real quick.
Ooh, son. 31. Success.
As the flash goes off, you actually see up in this ceiling, you see more writing. With the flash that goes off, you see it covering the walls. In the
Do
upstairs.
I recognize the writing?
It's the same that's on this thing.
Do we... Not that we'd be able to understand the language, but do we recognize it a language we would know? Like, it's nothing related to the local
It's not Cyrillic.
It's not the bands or anything that are in the area?
You wouldn't know. However, there is someone in the group that does speak Inuit.
Do I know that Charity speaks Inuit?
I don't know why we would.
It's never
Probably
come up,
not,
really,
yeah.
eh? Okay.
So, you have no idea.
But I will walk over to the sled and be like, "Leonard, what's this?" I'm out of the guardhouse. You can lead it.
I will let you roll a language Inuit.
Okay.
Charity.
Yep.
44?
Yep.
You see, this is ancient Inuit that is scrawled all over this place. All over this weird tablet. You're not quite able to make out the specifics of it, but someone was warding this building. It is a ritual warding. Was trying to ward this building and the surrounding area against some sort of evil. And they wrote this all through.
Okay, so I'll say to them, seems like they were trying to prevent some type of evil?
You just hear sounds of me looting this guard post in the distance.
How do you know that?
I've studied Inuit.
Oh, it's Inuit.
Yes, it is.
You thought she said I knew it? I knew it.
No, I thought
I'm pretty sure in French it's pronounced Inui.
Okay.
It's Inuit.
Excellent.
Okay. Anything else you guys want to do?
Yeah, I'm looting what's inside this guard post. So I get a shotgun, which I'll probably give to... Do you want a shotgun?
Can I see your shotgun?
Yes. This is what I do in games, Dave. You don't know this. I will hand you the
You
imaginary...
have to reach out and take it.
This
Thank
is
you. What
this
kind
is
of shotgun is
this
this?
is an old double barrel shotgun.
Okay.
Or a new double barrel shotgun for us.
Is anyone
1922.
proficient with shotgun?
I am.
Yeah.
Alright. It's useless in my hands. I don't need it.
Okay.
I already have my rifle.
I do occasionally like shotguns.
As you open the gate, Leonard's going to hop on the dog sled and he's going to push the dogs into the compound.
Wait, how much ammo do we get for the shotgun?
4 shots.
And we get the first aid kit as well.
Yes.
Okay, do you want the first aid kit?
Yeah, I'm hurting pretty good still.
Okay.
And you guys are all exhausted.
Okay.
That will start to affect your roll soon.
So, Charity, you're saying that this seems to be warded from evil? Mm-hmm. Seems like potentially a good place to, maybe rest up here.
I agree. Maybe.
Charity, are you proficient
weird
in
runes
gun?
on the thing. It's good. We're good.
Are you proficient in gun?
Rifle.
Rifle shotgun. Do you have a rifle shotgun?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. I know that Leonard's pretty eager to get in there. Is someone going to stay with the dog sled? Or are we going to put it inside?
Perhaps.
Let's put it inside.
Yeah.
You guys know it is cold. If you leave the dogs out, they will die.
That's kind of what I'm saying. Like.
Right? And you would know, now that you have a better perspective of it, you know the kennel is actually, the east and north wall are walled. So there's like one gated entrance to this thing.
But let's go and scope the kennel out, and then put the dogs in there.
Yeah, so
clear.
step 1 kennel.
Yeah, step one kennel. Okay, you guys go over. The door to the kennel is open, and as you open it up, I need all of you to roll sanity saves.
Fucking
Oh,
hell.
good.
I did not say I was opening the door. I will not roll this sanity save.
8.
What is this? 9?
That's 60.
6. Oh, man.
That is my insanity. Yeah, 37 against a
It was
65.
60.
Is there a half and...
No.
Not for this?
No.
Oh, I succeeded then.
Okay.
I did not succeed.
Oh no.
Okay. Charity, you are standing there with the dogs, and as you guys are opening up the store, and you look inside, and there is a gory mess all around this thing, and it is old and covered in snow and frost and whatnot, but it is something has gone off here as you see limbs and chunks of dog sled dog everywhere here, like they have exploded within their cages in some way, shape, or form. There is limbs everywhere, guts. There's you guys see one of the dogs has been strung up on the ceiling upside down by its intestines, and its tongue is lolling out of its mouth. Like this is just a mess. And as you guys open the door and the dogs get a sight of this, they're like, nope, and they're backing away. Your dogs who are living and breathing do not want to go into this mess.
I'm going to close the door.
We should go back to the
Charity, failing your sanity check, I need you to make an intelligence roll.
73.
Just
So you succeeded? Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're only going to have what is called temporary insanity. It's basically for the next couple minutes, you cannot stop seeing this. And pretty much everywhere you look, your first glance of everything you see is covered in gore. What this is making you do is put your head down, cover your eyes, and shut down to yourself.
Sit like this.
Yeah. This lasts for a couple minutes. Like, do me a favor, roll a Constitution check. Did you pass?
No.
Okay. You're off in the corner hurling. Like your stomach is vacating itself as this vision just will not escape your vision.
Okay.
What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna close up the kennel and say, we bring the dogs inside then, yeah?
Maybe we can check. There's a house. Oh, it burned down. Yeah.
What about the bunkhouse?
Perhaps the guardhouse is a
the
safe
residences.
place
Sorry, that's
that
what I was
has been
referring to.
protected.
Leonard speaks up and goes, it should be fine. I mean, it's where we all stay.
I already don't trust this.
Well, we should head in here first anyway, because, I mean, it's the middle of the night, and that's where Dr. Lang would be.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have to clear this house out anyway.
Lenny is looking at the gore, and he's shaking his head like,
Would I
people
know?
live and die by the dog sled here.
Would I know basic Spanish?
You speak French, so you could probably muddle through some of it.
I might, as we're just moving, accidentally trip over Leonard and just knock him so that he's caught off guard and say "excuse me" in Spanish.
He looks up at you as you say excuse, and in Spanish, you know, he's de nada. You speak Spanish?
No.
No. In about half Spanish.
Leonard kind of laughs and goes, "It's okay. I'm only half. It's been a while since I had
what?
to. I'm half Mexican." And
Honestly, would not have guessed that.
Winkler
on my mother's
sounds
side.
Mexican.
On my mother's side. On my mother's side. She basically raised me on her own.
I don't care, but it's. I won't be asking you about your personal life or anything. Like, I don't. Okay. Let's go into the residences.
Yeah.
I imagine.
Yeah.
Alright, gonna head over there. I'm gonna unhook the dogs from the sled, but they'll still be kind of hitched together.
Yeah, okay. You guys bring them in, and as soon as you walk in, Leonard's like, Dr. Lang, and he starts wandering around, and you walk in,
Somebody
and it's
go with
this large,
them.
it's this large, like, entrance hall thing. Think of like a dorm room where there's this large stairwell in the center.
a
that
foyer.
goes up. Yeah, the foyer, and then, there's larger rooms that are off on the side, marked with double doors. And there are things like marked cafeteria or storage room or whatnot as you're making your way in. And he is standing at the base of the stairs yelling up for Dr. Lang.
Dr. Mumza, shh. Do not rush off anywhere until we say where we're going. Be quiet.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
It's eerily quiet, and he is now...
Torches?
I still have a lantern.
Give me my lantern back.
There you go. I will also light my lantern.
Okay, cool.
We only needed one.
Okay, are you guys going to bed down for the night, or are you going to look for...
No, we want to see what's in this house.
Okay.
We just have 2 dead bodies, don't we?
Let's
just chill out.
I'd like to go a little bit further in, find a place to put the dogs.
Yeah.
So that we don't have to babysit them.
There's a large mess hall, like cafeteria, and a lot of these tables have been pushed off to the side, so it's this large open space.
I'm gonna say, good enough.
There is like one table set up with like chairs around it.
Leonard, why don't you stay here with the dogs, because they know and trust you, and you unhook them. And we'll do a sweep upstairs.
Okay, sounds good.
I will join the sweep.
Okay.
Am I just sitting with Leonard because I'm like insane?
By the time you're in and with everything, the visions
Two
have
will
passed.
not split the party.
Yeah.
Rifle on my back. I'll check my pistol now.
Okay.
My revolver.
Excuse me, Mr. Officer. Inside buildings and short, hallways, perhaps maybe that shotgun you just found might be of use.
Allow me to just check the mechanics. Would you like it?
Whoa, 10! That's a hard success.
I got 20 hard success.
No, that's an extreme success.
I got a hard success as well.
Charity, you coming with that?
Oh no, I'm sitting with Leonard.
Oh, you're not coming up with us?
No.
2 of us are hard, 1 of us is extreme.
You guys are walking around upstairs. There's a lot of locked rooms up here, rooms that aren't really in use, and you could tell not a lot of these upper floors are in use. You make your way back downstairs, and you actually have found that there's 6 or 7 rooms that have fairly consistent use to them, and have like furniture set up on them and personal pictures and whatnot. And you see one room is kind of cocked open, like the door's cocked open, and as you open it up, you see a very uniform, like militaristically laid out room. There's a bed which is basically a glorified cot, a small side table, and a dresser.
It's pretty Spartan.
Very Spartan. You would take this one, Rip. This is the room you find. You open up the closet and you see a line of women's clothing and more lab coats and whatnot. As you look through, you also see pictures of family, and you recognize the woman you have lit up as a torch. You see pictures of her with a rather good-looking gentleman wearing military clothes on a picture off to the side. With your hard success, you open up the drawers of...
Extreme success.
With your extreme success, you open up the drawer and you actually see the small jewelry case, and as you open it up, there's a couple small necklaces and whatnot, but the thing that's kind of on display is a wedding ring that has been removed and placed there.
I'm going to keep that.
Okay. You also see a set of dog tags.
What do they say?
They say Jonathan Meyer. The date of birth is 1900, and the date of death is 1917.
Oh.
Are we still doing a check for a hard pass or for an extreme?
Yeah, if you're passing, make a mark down. You are in Melody Meyer's room. You have found effects for her deceased husband, as well as her old wedding ring. And you find in her side table a notebook that has scrawlings inside of it, and the first half of it are just notes of, this is the type of metal we found, and they're
this is really interesting to me. I'm going to keep this.
Yeah. Okay. So, but as you flip to the back, the writing becomes slightly more, like the penmanship becomes slightly more erratic, and within a couple days of this daily journal of discoveries and whatnot, it's clearly that this is a journal or a diary of some sort. There's just more of this Inuit-looking writing that has been scrawled through here, and it goes from being a pen to being this dark brown kind of substance that has been scrawled through.
This is blood.
That's what you find. Gun. You find another room, very Spartanly decorated. You open up the closet. There is lab coats and a elderly gentleman's attire. However, in the back, in a zippered up container, is a old German officer's uniform. You open it up, and on the name tag is the name Lang, and it's got all of its medals. With your history in the military, you look at the medals. None of these are medals given out during the First War, like during the Great War. All of these are from past conflicts and whatnot, like before the Great War. You look around the rest of the room. You're clearly in Dr. Lang's room. There's an organized notebook. There's his basic effects. There's no mark for jewelry. There's no personal pictures. There's none of that. It is just a blank room. The only kind of decoration that there is a picture of Mary on the wall. That's just like a rough painting of Mary holding sweet baby Jesus.
Okay.
Cool. Martin, bonjour. You are looking through, and you find Ryan's room. And there is, there's something stuck behind the door. And you give it a push as it opens again. And this room looks like a bombshell has gone off. There is scrawlings all over the wall in chalk and blood and fecal matter. And it's just... This room has gone crazy, and you look behind the door to see what it was that was behind it, and you see that the the dresser has fallen and was kind of pinned up against the door, and you had to use your shoulder to open up the door to knock it back. But before you do, you see the back of the dresser, and the back has been removed from the dresser, and you can see the inside. A large drawing has been carved into it, and you see this warped looking man. It's tall and just like the silhouette of a man, and it's carved in with a knife, and there's blood pouring, there's blood that has been poured over it and used to carve this thing in repeatedly. right, on this back panel, and this thing is like pressed up against the wall.
What position is the man in?
He's standing. It's just the silhouette of a standing man with elongated features.
Can I see a facial feature?
There is no facial feature to it.
Like long fingers and stuff, you said?
Yep.
Okay. What else is going on in this room? Do I recognize the languages?
It's all English. You do see some of the same Inuit, like ancient Inuit carvings on the walls as well, like these symbols that have been carved in. But for the most part, it's he will come in the deep dark. He will arrive, and these kind of crazy scrawlings across the wall.
This is the room of Ryan, who we found in the town.
This is the crazy guy from the
Last
town.
time,
Yeah. You see scrawled out like repetition of the words of just, he's coming, all the way down, right? You see another little phrase, burn the light, and hide from day is scrawled on the wall as well. And these things are just, it honestly, this place looks like an absolute mess of a crazy person has been here, right? And then there's need to get out. Can't stop seeing them. He will end all life. It's just like this room is just absolutely destroyed.
Is there any desk or drawers or anything where I can investigate?
Yes, but it's all personal effects that have just been pulled out and strewn across the room. Okay.
I'm gonna poke my head in.
You poke your head in and you see the same scene.
Bonjour, Rip. I imagine your room is not as inviting as mine.
This is a good place to take crime scene photos?
Yes, thank you. I'm a police officer. I'm
trying to help. I'm a little out of my depths here.
It's good. I will take crime scene photos. I was not going to do that, but now I will.
Okay. You set up your camera to start taking crime scene photos, and the three of you have your things going on upstairs. Charity, you are sitting downstairs with Leonard, and you hear the sound of them moving around upstairs. And Leonard turns to you and goes, "This is weird. Dr. Lang's always here. He never goes to the caves by himself. I don't think that's where he'd be. But if they haven't found him yet, something's not right."
Yeah, I think something very bad happened here while you were away.
If we find Dr. Lang, we should be fine. He'll know what to do. And you hear a knock at the door. In the front door.
Great.
A loud, booming knock.
What do we hear this?
Do we hear
you guys hear this as well.
Okay, I will yell down. Do not let that person in. If they are supposed to be in here, they will know how to get in. If they need to knock, then they need our help to enter.
You are upstairs. They're in the mess hall.
You just said I heard it.
Yeah, you heard it. So you're yelling this down the stairs? Towards them?
I think it'd be pretty important that I yell, "Do not let that person in."
Okay. Because a door opens.
I'm going to trade a look with Gunther across the hall, and then just book it to the stairs. Yeah. Absolutely. We're running. I got my knife. Yep.
I'm aiming my rifle.
Okay. As you guys run downstairs,
stay behind me.
I will follow them.
This door opens up, and you hear, hello? Guys? You guys run downstairs, and Deputy Kelvin Keith, he is the deputy that you guys met before. He was the one that kind of helped you and was, like, apologetic about Sullivan. And standing next to him is a young woman.
Earlier that day.
Megan.
Oh.
Thank you for your patience.
Hi, Megan.
Holy shit, when did you get here?
You have arrived in Radiance, Yukon. The train has stopped and will be stopped for a day or two while it transfers supplies. You are probably on your way up to Anchorage or into Anukpuk Pass, where there is a large hospital that, due to a recent flu epidemic that has gone through the region, is short-staffed. So having just finished your training, this is where you have been kind of dispatched.
Stationed.
Right? And you're young and don't have any roots and maybe have this sense of adventure to you.
Absolutely.
So you have a couple days stuck in Radiance, and you've pulled your luggage out of the train, and you've set up a room inside of the local tavern called the Wolf's Jaw Inn, and in a bar. And you're setting up your stuff, and you hear a commotion outside, followed by 2 gunshots, a scream, and then a 3rd gunshot.
My goodness.
You go to peer outside, and you arrive just in time to see a gigantic man with thick black hair, thick beard, and a blood-coated knife standing over the body of another man whose the top of his head has been blown away. You see another large man, looks a bit of like a woodsman, big bushy beard, I'm assuming.
Mustache.
A mustache, big mustache, standing over this body as well, and he's holding onto his neck. And with your nurse eyes, you see he's actually suffered quite a major wound to his neck, and he's got this thing held on. You see a older, thin, 5'3", 130-pound soaking wet police officer standing there, and he is holding his stomach, and you see the edges of his intestines now protruding from his gut as he's holding these in, and he's sitting there gasping. And you see another young woman, darker skin, standing over the body, and you see this little Derringer pistol smoking as she shot this thing in the back of the head. And you see these 3 police officers come up. One of them is this massive hulk of a man who stares eye to eye with this monster with the knife. Like they're eye to eye. And he is screaming at them. You see this other deputy who's kind of got this glint in his eye that sets you back. Something's not right about that guy. And like he's sitting there and he's got his gun loaded and ready to bear, right? And then there's another guy who's young, maybe a couple years older than you, who's sitting there, and he looks terrified. He looks concerned. And as the crazy one walks over and picks up this body and starts dragging it away with this gigantic hulk of a sheriff, and they start walking away, you see this younger guy say something real quick to this group and then take off with them. Within a couple minutes, you see another man approach, skinny, wearing a large wool coat, with large, the bottom of a bottle glasses, like thick bottle glasses. And an argument is had amongst them, and you can see all of this through your window. Okay? I need you to do me a favor, roll a spot hit.
So if I get below my lowest, that's like an awesome?
Yeah, that's an extreme.
So I got an extreme.
Cool. As you're watching, you see these birds fly in, and they rest on the building, edges of the building around. And these birds are huge. They're crows, but they're 5 feet tall, standing there. They're huge birds, and they are looking down at this group of people with red eyes, and there's some ominous sense to them, and you are actually pulled away from the window as one of them lands across the street and looks dead in your eyes.
Great.
You are about to leave your room after hiding from this bird when you hear someone stomping up the stairs, and you look out to see this monster of a man with a look of intent in his eyes, and you close your door real quick, hopefully.
Absolutely.
Right? Not wanting to interact with
That's
this
a
guy.
hard no.
You hear him stop at the top of the stairs, and then you hear him unlock a door and drag out the sound of something heavy. Like he's grunting as he's pulling whatever this is out of the room. And within 15, 20 minutes or so, you hear the sound of them all arguing and then leaving this Wolf's Jaw Inn. When you make your way back downstairs, you note that there's no one in this tavern anymore. Even the tavern owner, who is this lovely little woman, has disappeared. The kitchen is empty. You walk around, and even the bartender, who was this young 20s woman who was nice to you when you walked in, she's now gone too. And you walk out and of the tavern, and you see that the city is oddly calm. There's a large spot of blood on the ground, and you lean over to see the blood and test the blood, and there's something off about it. This blood is old blood, and you know whoever just died here, whoever that guy who just got shot in the head half an hour ago, this blood is way too old for that.
Yeah.
This is goopy. It's congealed.
Yeah.
Okay, and you're sitting there mixing, testing the blood in your fingers, when that younger deputy comes running around the corner towards the inn again, and he stops and he sees you and he goes, and he looks at your attire, which, it's cold outside. What are you wearing?
So I would still be in my nurse's outfit. I wear it all the time.
Yeah.
My hat is on.
Okay.
I've got a nice little white cap, very clean, very pressed. I'm imagining she has a thick shawl that she wears over top when she's going outside. So yeah.
He stops and goes, Nurse?
Nurse Gertrude, yes.
We need your help. Can you come with me now, please? Now.
I need to get my things.
Yeah, okay, hurry up. We need to go.
Yep, yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I'll run upstairs, grab my medical kit.
Which you carry. There's no container. You just have to hope that nothing falls out, laundry.
Yeah.
Okay, you run downstairs with this medical kit in your arms. And he goes, good. And he leads you towards the sheriff's courthouse. Okay? And you walk into the courthouse with him, and he goes, my name's Deputy Keith. Something weird is happening, and I just need you to double check something for me. Do you have a moment?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. Back room, just head on to the back room. And he goes and closes the door, and you hear the click of it locking.
Oh. He locked me in this room?
No.
Oh,
he's in there with you. He's he's locking the door behind him.
I don't know if it's better that he's in there with you.
He's locking the door behind him.
Okay.
Right? You are led to this back room, which looks like an interrogation room, is this room that he leads you to. And on the table is a headless corpse. This man is naked. And you see long, drawn fingernails that have signs of frostbite to them. Right? But they're longer than any human hand should, any human fingernail should be. Right? So long and pointed that they are sharp to the, and you could tell right off bat, they are just sharp.
Yeah.
And you see that this man's head has been removed. Now, the one thing that is weird to you is the chest is still rising and lowering. And Keith goes, my boss came in and dug around on the head for a little bit, and then him and Hale left, and left me here with the body. What? And he points to it.
Well, this certainly just should not be. I guess I'll do some kind of a
medicine check if you'd like to determine.
I would like to see what I can see is going on this chest cavity here. So that is... Ooh. So it's a bad thing to roll a 98, isn't it?
You rolled a 98?
I did.
That is actually a critical failure.
Yeah,
it is
great.
It is
for Gertrude.
It is a botch.
Good.
Is that your first roll?
That's my... Yeah.
Good. You go over to start inspecting the body.
Yeah.
As you are inspecting his body, you note His chest is rising and falling, but it's very irregular. This is not breath, right? There's something pushing and drawing the chest in to cause the facsimile of breath.
Oh, good. This is going to be fun.
And you come to that conclusion just as one of these large clawed hands strikes up and wraps around your throat.
Oh, shit!
He is going to make an attack against you.
Okay.
You have an option to dodge or to fight back if you would like. So if you want to punch him back and cause his attack to miss or dodge out of the way of the claw, you have that choice.
I feel like her initial reaction would be to like smack hand out of her, like try and.
Okay, let's call that a dodge.
A dodge?
You're not trying to hurt.
No, it would just be to defend, I guess.
Yeah, so you're rolling your dodge and trying to get lower than your dodge number.
Is this your dodge?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
No.
No? Okay. You take 7 damage.
Okay.
As this claw digs into your shoulder and your chest.
Okay.
Right? And digs in and punctures your skin and like gets you right in the chest. Okay? This unearthly gurgle erupts from its neck stump. And you see erupting from the head this thick viscous fluid, this blackish goop that is just gurgling out of its neck as it moves to right itself.
Sorry.
Terry?
Sweet
Good
baby
God.
angel.
At this point, you hear another shot go off and the body goes limp again as Deputy Keith has his revolver trained on this thing and shoots it in the ribs. Okay? The hand is still embedded in you, but slowly pulls itself out and lands limp on the ground. You are bleeding heavily. You've actually taken what is called a major wound.
Okay.
Which means you are going to slowly bleed unless you are stabilized.
Can I stabilize myself?
You can. You can perform first aid on yourself.
Fantastic. I will do that. But before I do that, however, comma.
Leave them.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the body that's in here now, it actually like stop moving completely.
Do you want to stick around and find out?
Is there a lantern in this room?
The light is a very primitive form of like electricity. So
And the other one's still in the room with me, right? Like who was the guy that
Keith is still in the room.
Like,
Yeah.
God damn it. I would advise getting rid of this body somehow, some way. Perhaps a burning of some kind. Because that's not right. And I need to do a thing, so I'm going to be right back.
Okay. Keith nods and grabs this meat hook, like this large hook, and it doesn't have a sharpened end on it. It's like what they would use to drag like someone who's unconscious and drunk through the snow into the drunk tank. And he grabs this thing and hooks under the arms and pulls this body to the back. Roll a first aid.
That is a. It's good. I did it.
It's good?
Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
You seal off the wounds, which will heal 1 hit point.
Ooh.
You can spend longer to do a medicine, but I have a feeling you don't want to necessarily do that right now. Okay. So you hear a door close behind as Deputy Keith is pulling this body outside. Like out into the back of the courthouse.
I just watch him do this.
Okay. It's up to you. What do you want to do?
I'll go give him assistance.
Okay. You walk out back to see him throwing lantern oil on this body and with a match, and this thing goes up, and you hear this sickening squeal noise, and you hear this gurgling, as well as this body rapidly, faster than your trained nurse's eyes would determine. This body burns up quickly, right? And with this squeal, that it emits around the entire area. I need you to roll a spot hidden.
Fail.
It's a fail? Okay. You are focused on this, okay? And this thing is squealing. And you see Keith, he's still got his gun drawn. And he looks at you and goes, what?
I absolutely don't know.
Okay, so...
I am but a nurse.
So the sheriff and Hale left, and I checked the church real quick before I came here, and they're all gone too. I don't know what to do here. We need to get somewhere safe, I guess.
Well, I saw a group of folks recently leave.
Oh, yeah. They were going to the outpost.
How are they getting there?
Oh, they were on dog sled. Shit.
What do we have to our disposal?
We don't have a dog. We might have a dog sled. Come with me. And he takes off through the courthouse. Roll another spot hidden as you're running through.
That is a pass.
Okay. As you're running through the courthouse...
Wait, no. That's a fail.
As you're running through the courthouse, you see a door that opens and then you exit through it.
Excellent.
You and Deputy Keith, you make your way down into down one of the streets. There's a city map here. If someone wants to share that with Megan. You guys are at the courthouse, the territorial courthouse, which is number 4.
Okay.
It's across the street there from the tavern. Mm-hmm. And you are making your way to the kennels, which is number 8. So you run down Main Street, along King George Boulevard, and as you get to the kennels, what you see there is like a fire hall house. It's got this large bay door, and you hear the sound of barking, pained barking on the inside. Something is happening inside there, and there's these howls and screaming of dogs. What would you like to do?
Does it look like there's a sled of some kind in this room, or is it just the dogs?
There are several sleds kind of stacked up amongst each other beside the door.
Okay, got you. Do you have any experience with these dogs?
Well, yeah. I've driven them before. I'm from in the area. Like, I'm from Yellowknife, so I've been here before.
Okay.
Yeah. You want me to get the thing ready? And you can tell this guy is incapable of making any sort of decision himself.
Yeah. Are you okay, sir? Are you okay?
I've seen some weird stuff today, and you look in his eyes, and he is his eyes are failing to focus on you.
Okay. Well, you're like, okay.
And he's breathing hard. Roll a medicine or a psychology.
I was gonna do a charm, actually.
Okay.
I was thinking do charm, and then just be like, well, we need to get our heads about us. We need to get on our way. So I need you to calm down, and I need us to get things organized. Okay?
Okay. Roll a charm.
No.
He stands there and goes, I'll get the cart. You want to get the dogs?
Oh, I'll do my best.
Okay, and he goes over and he starts, there's some heavy strapping that he has to pull to get these carts off, and he starts working on that, and you make your way over to the big bay doors. And you look inside and you see a middle-aged woman. She has bright, fiery red hair, and she has a baseball bat. And this baseball bat is covered with fur and blood, and she is opening the door to one of the kennels, and she walks in and just starts beating the hell out of one of the dogs. It yelps in pain as she is driving this baseball bat into this husky over and over again. And even after the husky clearly dies, she gives it another 3 or 4 whacks, turning this thing into goop.
Am I safe to assume this person is crazed?
And as she pulls back and walks away from that kennel and turns to walk further, she makes eye contact with you. And her eyes have gone red. Completely red. Like color of deep scarlet. Like maybe her eyes are just nothing but globules of blood, almost. And she looks at you, and this high-pitched gurgling scream erupts from her.
Okay, let's see if there's a weapon in my vicinity of some kind.
Roll a spot hidden.
Fail. I haven't rolled below a 70.
You tried? That's a 17.
Is it? Okay. No, that was wrong. Okay. That's 17.
Well, what is that? Is that an extreme success?
First sight hidden? No. Just regular.
Is it a hard success? Or is it just a regular success?
If it's in between the two numbers, it's a regular
So if there's the big number,
Yeah.
that will be a regular success.
Yeah.
The half number will be a hard success, and then the fifth number is an extreme
That's
success.
a hard success.
Hard success.
You look... you see, propped up against the wall, a large trank gun that is propped up on the wall. It's beyond your reach from where you currently stand,
Yeah.
but there is a trank gun there, and you have no idea if it's loaded. She screams at you and goes to move. What's your dexterity? Because we're moving into combat.
Okay, cool. 50.
50. You actually go before her.
Cool.
So what would you like to do on your turn?
I would like to grab the gun.
Okay, you go grab the gun.
Yeah.
That's just part of your move. You can move and grab the gun. That's fine.
Okay. And then I would like to attempt to fire this gun at
Okay.
this person.
Roll a firearms rifle. Now remember, you can push the roll or use luck if you would like.
It's a regular success.
Regular success. Okay. Her only option, because she's beyond the range, is to dodge. She steps to the side as a thick dart flies out of this thing and embeds in the wall behind. She steps to the side and makes her way towards you. She gets close to you. And she will swing her baseball bat overhead toward you.
Oh, good.
You have an option to dodge
Yeah.
or to fight back against this, which you could use the butt of the gun and slam it up against her. This would be a brawl.
So my brawl. It's the same. Yeah.
But if you hit back, you will do damage.
Okay.
So that's the difference between
So
the
yeah,
two.
I'll fight back with the gun.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Oh.
That is 100.
Oh, that couldn't have gone any worse. You rolled a 100. It's so good to see you again.
Push it.
Dan looks visibly stressed.
Push it. It can't get worse than a crit fail.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's true. So how do I do that?
you just roll it again and you hope for a hard success.
Apparently it gets worse if you don't get it this time, but I don't see how.
So that's still a fail.
What's your total?
It's 34 of 25.
Can she smash luck into this?
You can smash luck into this.
So I need to smash like 9 to pass.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, of course. I will do that.
It's either that or you get smashed in the face with
And
a
you
boot.
die.
6 hit points anyway, right?
Yeah.
She swings overhead and you drop down to one knee and drive the stock of this gun up into her jaw. Roll a...
My basic restraint.
what's your bonus dice? Do you have a bonus dice to your combat? It'll be on the bottom right-hand side of your...
I do not.
Okay. Roll a d4.
4.
4. You clock her in the jaw and you hear this sickening crunch and you would recognize the sound and the visual of someone's jaw shattering. You crack her in the jaw and she looks down at you and her jaw's broken and hanging loose and her mouth is open wider than it should and her tongue is out right, lolling out of her mouth, and she just does this scream against you again, this high-pitched scream. I need you to roll sanity.
48.
48? What's your total sanity?
55.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
It is your turn in the combat. What would you like to do?
I would like to shove and run, if I could.
Okay, do a brawl.
Yeah.
She's going to roll a fight back.
So I'm assuming I know that this gun only has one
You
piece of
don't.
ammo in it.
You don't.
For the type of gun that it is, would it not just be that it's a one ammo gun?
It's a good assumption.
That's a fail. For the brawl.
For the brawl?
Yeah.
Okay. She also failed with her fight back.
Okay.
So you can just run.
I'll just run.
Okay. You go to push her, and as you push her, she goes to swing at you, and you kind of just fall. She kind of just falls on top of you. And you roll off to the side, get up on your feet, and you book it out the door. Where?
To where I saw the dog, where the dog sleds are.
Okay, they're just
Keith
on the side of the
would be.
building. And you see Keith, he's got one of these dog sleds out, and he looks at you.
I just start screaming his name.
He pulls out his gun, and as this woman turns the corner to follow you, he is going to shoot her.
Keith's a badass.
Keith brings up his gun and shoots, and you see the neck of this woman just explode. Her head rolls off to the side, and she hits the ground and kind of skids to a stop by you. And you push yourself back as you see this black, thick, viscous fluid start to pour out from the wound.
And so Keith is pretty much probably like right beside me now?
Yeah,
or?
yeah, and he's got the card out.
Okay. Just like, okay, well, I don't have any dogs. And I don't know how many might be left. So, and I'm not going back in there by myself. So we better get it together and coming with me.
Fair. And he kind of looks over the body, and as he does, this thick black worm starts to work its way out of the stump of the neck. You actually see these little tendrils wrap out from it and push itself out from the hole in the esophagus, pushes itself out, and it kind of slumps down like a Go-Gurt tube being emptied, like it just empties.
Oh, good.
Right? And you and Keith are standing directly. His name's Kelvin. You and Deputy Keith are sitting there, standing, looking down at this thing happening. I need you to roll another sanity save, please.
Let's fail. I rolled 92.
So, what was your roll?
92.
90. Shit. Okay. How
many? You can only push dice once, or what is that?
No, you can push. You can't push sanity.
Sanity?
No.
Okay.
No. You could only spend luck, but that's not going to work. Okay. You are going to take 9 sanity damage.
Okay.
And then make an intelligence roll.
All right.
Still rolling high? Or?
I rolled a 97.
You're good at this.
That's also a critical fail.
Okay. Seeing this thing, this goopy black worm thing looks up at you, and you see its the end of it kind of open up into a toothy mouth, and there's just circles of teeth, and it looks like you're looking down into infinity. There's this deep red light pit down on the inside of this thing as it looks up at you, and you black out. You wake up 2.5, 3 hours later. You're not quite sure how long. You are now terrified of anything that is worm-like. So while you're insane, you must fight or flee or take a penalty dice on all skill rolls.
Okay.
When you're encountering
That's
So
for 2 hours.
you
or
are taking a penalty roll. No, because you you were unconscious for 2 hours. That was your temporary effect.
Cool.
You now take a penalty dice on skill rolls for pretty much the rest of the game.
Awesome.
And that's all we will do. But you wake up and you are outside of a encampment, some sort of weird outpost of sorts.
Yeah.
And you look forward and you see Deputy Keith has managed to string up 4 dogs. That's all he could get. And led you through the woods. And next to you on the cart is the charred remains of a woman that have been horribly, horribly burned. And you look over and you see it's basically a torso. She's missing an arm. The other arm is badly burned, and she's missing a leg. The other leg, of course, is badly burned.
And this dead body is right beside.
And it's beside and wrapped up in blankets and stuff, but you see that it's missing this. It's mostly like tied on so it won't fall off. It's a clearly dead body. Deputy Keith kind of is shaking your shoulder and goes, "We need to... I think we found him. I think we caught up."
I'm like, the first thing I see, though, is this thing.
Yeah.
The dead body.
Yeah.
I will just flail about. Like, as fast as I can to roll off this, whatever it is that I'm lying on. I'm pretty sure I don't know what I'm on.
You are on a dog sled, yeah.
So I'll flail and roll off this dog sled as fast as possible.
Okay.
And then stand and kind of look at my surroundings and see that like I'm in an encampment.
You're in an encampment. There are some burned out buildings to the side. There's, you hear the sounds of barking coming from this large building just off to the front of you, and you see orange lights moving throughout the upper floor.
Okay.
Okay? This clearly occupied. Deputy Keith leans over and goes, "Listen, we need to get inside. It is way too late, and if the natives catch us out here with no support, they're gonna kill us."
But are you sure it's them?
No, it's our people. I don't know, but this is the way their tracks came. They stopped around that for a while, and I don't know why it's burned. But we need to get inside. We need to talk to these people.
All right. Well, you're going first.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with that. And he sits there and he loads his gun, and you see him curse. And you see, as he's loading his gun, he puts 4 bullets in, which make a total of 5 in this 6-shooter. This gun has clearly gone off more since you passed out. Okay? And he looks a little bit more weary as well. Do me a favor, roll a spot hidden. God.
I rolled an 83.
What the hell?
So what are the actual rules with pushing dice?
You roll, and so basically what you do is you grab keep the same numbers.
Okay.
But you grab another D10 and you roll it to the percentile with the 2 numbers.
But what's the consequence of doing
it? It gets worse if you fail.
Your consequence for failure gets worse.
Oh. Oh, okay, 13 instead.
Is that an extreme success?
Which would be...
Yes.
It would be.
Okay. You note, he's loading his gun, and his arm is kind of pressed up against his stomach, and he's loading the gun, and when he snaps it back, that arm doesn't move. He keeps that arm tight to his body. And, like, the barest movement, he's wincing.
You seem to be quite injured.
Yeah, there were wolves.
How long was I out for?
You were out for about 2.5 hours.
My goodness.
There was some big fuck off wolves.
Alright, well, let's hope that's them. We'll get inside and we'll have a look.
Oh, okay. And he leans over and he knocks on the door with the butt of his gun. And then you hear some shouting from inside, and he opens the door and... Hello?
As you look up, a large, very large, bearded man with a black beard just running down the stairs, brandishing a giant knife. Followed by a large...
Deputy goes, Jesus! And he lifts his gun towards the running shape towards him.
Do I recognize this person as the person I saw on the street?
You do, but Deputy Keith does as well.
Okay.
And
Who are you?
Deputy Keith, drop your weapon.
Oh, thank God, another cop. Noah, right? Martin?
Noir, detective.
Oh, yeah. It's been. Can we come in?
Bonsoir, deputy. Entre. Come in.
Okay.
Bienvenue.
He slowly walks in and he puts his gun away, and you notice he winces again as he puts it back in its like.
I'm gonna push right by you and look out the open door and like scan around to see if anything.
You see another dog sled with 4 dogs tied to it, and there's something tied up to the top of it.
All right,
Roll a spot hidden. 2 total.
2. That's my second extreme
That's
success.
extreme success. You recognize the body of Melody Meyer. What is left of it is tied to the top. But what you see that you did not see before you burned her was all over her body are these carvings in her flesh. You step outside, and with your critical success, you see on the edge of the fence wolves sitting on the edge of the outpost, and they are drooling and hungry looking, and their eyes are red. You look up and you see dozens of these crows on the tops of these buildings. Their eyes are red. They're just sitting there watching.
I'm gonna get the dogs in quickly.
Okay, sounds like a plan. You unhook the dogs and bring them in. And as you're close to the dogs, you see what is left of this body. There is carvings, and it's more of these ancient Inuit runes that are carved in this body.
Nope. Just no.
Okay. Are you leaving the body outside?
Fuck yes, I am outside.
Okay. You guys pull everybody inside and sit down, and Deputy Keith sits and he winces and holds his arm, and you are all sitting inside the mess room.
I will just run over quickly and be like, let's get this looked at now. I'll have my kit, put it down.
Okay, roll a medicine.
Luckily, I have... No, that's a medicine, or can I do first aid?
You can do first aid. It's up to you in this situation.
Because in first aid, I will pass that.
Okay. You undo his large fur-lined police officer's coat that he has, and you gingerly pull that off, and you see he has this huge gash along his ribs that is red and angry. In spots you can kind of see bone exposed of the rib cage, which is scratched and marred, and he looks like he's had a bad go. You also see more gouges along his shoulder and another one across his stomach this way. He's been through hell and back. And with your first aid, you manage to bind the wounds, and he holds it there, and he's gone a little pale. You would assume it's probably he's in the early stages of shock as he is holding his wounds closed, but he thanks you, and I just need a rest now.
I'll start looking amongst the group. Have we found beds? Anything to lie down?
Yes. Right. I'm gonna turn to Leonard and be like, there are a bunch of locked rooms upstairs. Do they have beds in them?
Yeah, this is the old residences for the mining camp when they were in operation.
Let's not stay in the creepy rooms. Let's stay...
Creepy rooms?
No way.
I was gonna point at the detective.
What's the creepy rooms?
I will show you in a moment. Mademoiselle, is there anything you can do for this?
And
lifts up his skirts.
Wound.
He has a large clawed gash along. Now he's been fairly well patched up, but to make this better, you're gonna have to spend a little bit of time with it. But you could figure something out.
I mean, I can definitely take a try at it. Might hurt, but yes.
Perhaps when you're done with him, you could have a look at this.
And he pulls this piece of gauze away from his chin, and he's got another 3 claw scrape along here that has gone red and angry. And as he pulls it away, thick lines of pus and goop are pulled away.
Oh, most excellent. All right, so Nurse Gertrude, at your services. What I'll need is some chairs. Do we have water? Anything like that around? Anything?
Leonard speaks up. There's probably something in the kitchen.
Okay, well, it's late. Do we want to rest? Maybe I'll have a look, and then we'll have a rest, and then I need to lie down. But yes, I'll have a look, and then we'll rest.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to turn to Charity and be like, let's go up and start breaking open some of these rooms for people.
Okay.
I'm going to hand you the shovel. I'm going to take the pickaxe. We'll just use this pry bars.
Would anybody like a gun?
She has one.
You have one.
I don't want one.
Okay. Detective Martin Claude Noir.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Rip.
Nice to meet you. That's your name, or you have a wound?
Moses T. Ripley, but my friends call me Rip.
Oh, okay. Glad to be thought of, my friend.
And I'm fine, by the way.
Well, good for you.
Yes, it is.
I really wish people could see the facial expressions here. Yep.
Charity Flanagan.
Oh,
the North Carolina.
Very nice to meet you.
Flanagan.
Name's Gunther. People call me Gun. Then you can tell why.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I can.
It's not because of his guns. It's because he's fully loaded. The man's a walking militia.
Amazing.
Deputy Keith. Yeah.
And that's Winky.
Dr. Leonard Winkler. God.
Silence, Winky.
All right. I'm heading upstairs.
Okay.
Well, should we help? We can go with you.
You're getting bandaged up.
Oh, I thought you wanted just to wait for a little bit.
No, we'll do it now. I'll have a look now, and then bandage, and then rest after the bandaging is
We're gonna get the rest. We're gonna go find linens and
shit. You guys make your way upstairs, find linens as
I
you
can
need.
help you bring your suitcases up too, so that you can get a room and they're not left.
Other than finding rooms and laying down for the night, is there anything else you guys want to do? And heal wounds.
Should we post a watch as is tradition? Dog's probably good for that, if anything.
Yeah, I'm good with leaving the dogs for it.
Gunn wants to ask Winky about General Officer Lang's uniform there.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
Roll a persuade. I did it! 8.
An 8.
Out of 10?
Out of 10.
Cool.
You have to get 10, you guys.
He kind of laughs nervously and goes, yeah. Commandant Lang. Defected in the late 1800s to pursue his scientific interests.
And those are...
He's an incredibly skilled geologist and chemist.
Okay.
He liked the militaristic lifestyle. He liked the order that it brought. But just before the war, he came over here and was put to work by the McGregor industry.
I think you need to start leveling with us here. What are you guys searching for? What's going on?
Is he German or Russian or what?
Dr. Lang? Dr. Lang is German. But he was a good guy. He had no love for his motherland. He just... he's lived here since before the war. He's... lived here. He's lived on this side of the ocean since then. He's worked with the McGregor industry for 25 years.
Where's the McGregor industry based out of?
Yellowknife.
Okay.
Yeah. He was a good guy. He respected us all, and he just, as long as we did good work, he left us alone. But all we were here is there's this weird organic iron, and at that point he kind of goes, you know what? I can show you some. And he goes to his room and comes back with this chunk of ore. It's about fist size. There are little holes all through it. And he takes it and he goes, watch this. And he turns it slightly. And as he turns it, the iron twists.
I'm gonna roll a geology check.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a success. It shouldn't do that.
No, it shouldn't. And watch this. And then he lets go of the top half, and it slowly returns to its original position.
That's gonna be worth money. That's gonna be worth money. I look at Charity and I'm like, that's gonna be worth money.
So, chemically, this is iron. It's pure iron. Like, there's no imperfections. It's pure iron. But, and he does it again, he twists this chunk of iron the size of a baseball, and it slowly returns back to position. Something has caused this iron to be malleable. If we introduce, what we've found is if we introduce other influences to this metal, other substances, some tin, we make a steel out of it when it's in its position. Like we either coat it in bronze or whatnot, it stays and it maintains that strength and shape that iron would have, but it in its raw form is malleable.
How much is there?
Veins upon veins upon veins.
I'd like to see this first thing in the morning.
I think figuring out what's going on with the metal we need to find Dr. Lang. He's not here. The only other place he would be is the caves, I guess.
Well, that's where the metal is.
Yeah.
I'm just smiling around, like, yeah, this is all working out.
I need you, Megan, to roll 2 medicine checks, please. Now, remember, you are rolling with disadvantage because of insanity.
I was the first one, right?
Roll all
Or were you
3.
going-
Yeah, you can go first. Well, let's see how roll
And then you
goes.
take the higher, so you got an 82.
Success.
So, you will gain, Terry,
Yeah. Let me
1d3 hit points. 2 hit points.
Oh, yes.
Another one for Davey.
D3.
D3.
That's a 3.
I have first aid kits. How do those come into play?
They will give advantage on a first aid check.
First aid. All right.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Okay. You guys rest. Is there a watch happening, or are you just trusting the dogs?
Trusting the dogs.
I think so. We all need a full night's sleep.
Okay.
I will sleep with my revolver under my pillow.
Okay, cool. You guys make it through the night. The sun rises the following morning, fairly late in the day. It rises. The days are getting shorter and shorter. You would suspect it's getting close to noon by the time all of you are on your feet. And the sun is finally, past sunup stage. You go downstairs and you note that all the dogs are fine. They've all kind of intermingled with themselves. And you actually smell bacon being made, like salted meats and stuff. And as you go down, you look into the kitchen and you see Leonard has made a fresh pot of coffee and is making everybody breakfast in the kitchen. You guys are helping me. It's the least I could do. So, coffee? We don't have cream. You'll have to take it black, but...
I would take a nose away.
I would also like a cup of coffee.
Okay, and he pours you guys cups in. You guys get your cups of coffee or your food. You get a meal into you. And actually get a chance to kind of take a moment to collect your thoughts.
I would like to ask Leonard if there is a blueprint or a layout anywhere of the inside of the main building.
Of the inside of the main building?
Yeah.
Of the laboratory?
Yeah.
No, not really. There is, but it's fairly easy to figure out. It's mostly one big room that was the old processing plant from the mine. So we have since gutted it, and it's really just one large room that has just our labs set up.
Okay. And is there windows all the way around this building
Yes,
so we can go all the way
but
around?
we've closed most of them up.
But we can see in from all the way around if we want to.
From certain spots, they've boarded up a lot of the windows.
Okay. And the houses that burned down, who did they belong to?
One of them was an old residence that burned down before we took. You know that he would go on to tell you that the McGregor industry started off as the McGregor Mining Company, and they owned this land and built this place to be a mining facility. So they would go to the caves, mine, bring them back here and process. So one of these buildings is a massive warehouse that has just been gutted. No one's been in there for 40 years. Because it burned down in a fire 40 years ago and it's just been buried in snow. We don't go in there. The other one is an old residence, that same situation. Something happened 40 years ago. No one really knows what. It was between the times when the mining stopped and the lab got set back up.
So are we going to go to the cave straight away, or are we going to go in this lab building?
Well, I mean...
I'm just going to ask, what is happening?
Oh, hell.
I mean, we followed you guys here from the city, and we were attacked multiple times by these disgusting creatures, and I have no idea what is happening. And now why are we going to a cave?
Oh, bonjour. 24 hours ago, I arrived in Radiance to be a police officer, and now I'm here.
Well, I was brought there to be a nurse, and now I am here.
Well,
so.
Why did you follow us here?
The town was absolutely empty. There was nobody left except for one crazed woman who attacked me.
Interesting. That wasn't how it was when we left, was it?
As you guys were leaving, you did note that the town was eerily quiet when you were riding out, except for the birds on the eaves.
Everybody obviously turned into giant birds.
I think they
I
did.
didn't think I can... But...
Okay, what do you guys like to do?
If I
You
want
wanna go
to
cave.
first aid check again in the morning here, can I get some benefit from it?
First aid is only really good for the first little bit. Anything after will have to be medicine, so unfortunately, no, you're stuck with what you got right now.
Alright.
Okay, well, we decided we're going to caves, or we're going to go check out that lab building, which I'm sure there's going to be something going on in there.
I'm very interested in the caves, but I think searching out that lab would be the smart choice.
First, yeah.
Yeah, let's not have anything weird happening in front of us and behind us. So
Not after last time.
Mr. Detective,
What?
you have 2 notebooks that you have not looked at.
Oh, shoot, yeah, I would like to look into both of those notebooks.
Okay.
In fact, who here is your educated Charity? Will you read one and I'll read the other and we'll speed this whole thing up?
Sure.
I'm pretty educated too. Can I read mine? I have the melody.
Yeah, you have the journal from her room.
Yeah.
You have the notebook from her pocket.
Yeah.
And what was the other one you have?
No.
Or was that
Gunther
just the
found
2 we
one.
had?
I think it was just 2.
Gunther
found one.
Yeah, I found Lang's.
Langs, right. That's what the other one was.
Wait, which
I
one?
knew
am
you guys had
reading?
found another one.
You don't have one now.
Oh, okay.
I'd like for you to roll a science check. Science geology check.
Science geology.
Yes.
So I need a 1.
I can't believe you made sciences up for this.
All about geology.
You start flipping through this thing, and it's like, yeah, you can't make hide nor hair of it. Like, it is just
Do you want me to take a look?
nonsense.
Yeah, I don't know what this is.
You lost me at sedimentary.
Sedimentary, my dear Watson.
Yes! What am I rolling?
You are doing the little pocket notebook.
But what do you want me to roll for this?
Roll an occult.
Ooh, okay. Feel good about it. I've got to get 5%.
That's a 68.
Alright, I got 2 books at the moment. Which one? I'm gonna
Just one sec. You are flipping through this notebook, and these are just more of these insane ramblings. Everywhere that she could write a surface, and with whatever material she was using to write,
same idea.
same craziness. More of the notes you found on the other room as well, with the light must be destroyed.
Any of the Inuit markings at all?
Everywhere.
Everywhere? Then in that case, I'll pass it on to Charity to read.
Okay.
Okay.
Roll a language Inuit. And while
74, just over. I have 72.
okay, yeah, you can't make sense of it. It's more of this ancient form of Inuit that's like dialectically different than what you're used to.
You could use luck if you want, because it's not too many.
You can use luck.
It's only like 3 points of luck.
That's up to you.
That'll take me to 62.
Yes.
Okay.
You're good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You flip through, and the Inuit is ancient and hard to work your way through, but you start getting an idea of what it says and what it's going through. And it's a pictographic language, so it's you are reading and you get an idea that the worms grow and the evil grows and the darkness grows and the light pushes it back and the light must be held at bay. The light must be destroyed, right? And these are all things that you're finding here, and it's she'll write a phrase in English, and it'll be something along the line of, fear the beasts. They are his messengers, or something like that. And then the Inuit will be the same, or will be a completion of the thought in some sense, where it'll say something like, they are his messengers, we must do as they say, right? And it flips back and forth in that way.
Okay.
I've got Lang's notebook and I've got Melody's journal.
Which would you like to do first?
Let's do the journal.
Okay. Roll it. Roll a language own for this one. No, roll a library use. This is what it's used for.
I'm going to spend 2 luck points to get a success on that.
Okay, cool. You are flipping through, and the very base level of this book is it's a daily journal of her observations. So a lot of it is about the malleability, about the iron, and you find out that she's kind of a specialist in alloys, is what she was a specialist of. And she found it very weird that these trails were drilled within, or were appearing within the iron. So her notes are very much towards the what kind of thing would create these tunnels throughout the iron.
Does she have thoughts?
She does. She is like, it could be some sort of worm, but no worm could eat through iron. It could be some sort of gas effect that is imposing on the iron, which is causing it to expand in ways that are creating facsimiles of what look like tunnels, but are just, vents for gas to get out. But whatever it is, the areas around the tunnels themselves are far more malleable than the deeper into the metal you go.
Does she have any hypothesis about what the actual iron being able to twist is about?
No. It seems like that would have been more like the material of the iron itself. That would have been more Lang.
All right, so I'm going to flip over to that one then.
Okay, real quick, as you are flipping through the back, she mentions that she got a metal sliver in one of the books, in one of the diary pages, and your eyes kind of catch it and you move on. And then you flip through like 2 weeks, and she says the slivers got infected. It's taken over most of my, the infection has spread into most of my arm. I really hope that Leonard gets back soon, since he's supposed to be bringing new medicine kits with him and more supplies to maybe help us take care of it.
I'm going to show that portion to Leonard and say, you were too late.
Why? Okay. Yeah. He breaks down in tears and goes, I've got the supplies.
But keep them nearby in case someone else gets a sliver, is my point.
Yeah. And you would note that the arm that was ripped off is the arm that got infected.
Sure, okay.
Okay. And then as the diary pages go further on, she starts just putting in random words as she's going. Like, she'll be writing about some sort of detail on the alloy, and we'll have written, like, tack or we'll have written.
Are they real words? Or are they?
No. And then you realize as you continue flipping, these little, almost verbal bursts, but just in written form, turn into these symbols. And every single day, it gets a little worse and a little worse and a little worse. And within 2 weeks of mentioning that sliver, the back pages are just absolute insanity.
All right.
They are the ramblings of a mad woman who complains about. Earlier in the pages, she's complaining about how the sun hurts her eyes and how it's really, they found that it's best if we mine during the night, right?
Sure. Okay.
And then it's devolved into this grotesque insanity that you're finding written everywhere within this place.
Okay. And in Dr. Lang's notebook, what am I rolling for that?
Roll a geology.
Yay!
Just imagining everybody sitting in a circle with books right now.
I'm gonna push it.
Okay.
But I still fail.
Okay.
But I didn't crit fail this time, so I'm okay with that.
This is written in German.
I think it's French.
And as you're flipping through, you're finding words you understand that are like based off of the actual science of the geology, the chemical composition of certain metals or certain alloys or whatnot. You're recognizing some of these terms, but the rest of it is gibberish to you.
Okay.
You're not going to find any. But the one thing you will note is the last entry was marked 4 days ago.
Okay. All right. It's useless.
Okay. What are you guys doing?
I guess,
The lab?
I guess we're going to the laboratory.
Going to the lab.
Should we get a bit of rope or something and take one of these dogs in with us? At least they'll sense stuff coming before we will.
They've been relatively useless.
Well, they stopped and knew when that thing was there before we did.
That's a good point.
True.
We should leave Lenny and the deputy behind with the other dogs.
Doctor, would you like to stay outside?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. That I'll watch our backs.
Thank you. Okay, we'll take a dog.
Okay, you take a dog and you make your way over to the. You walk out of this building and the sun is bright, and you could see for miles. You don't see any crows. You don't see any wolves. Nothing.
How's the charred remains of Melody?
They're gone.
Oh, Melody is gone?
That's good.
Okay.
That's good.
Any tracks?
You actually see her. The cart outside has been pushed. What looks like maybe 30 feet up against to where the kennels were. That's where you saw the sled before. It's about 30 feet over from where it was, and the straps are that she was tied down with are like ripped apart and laying there. But she's gone.
Pushed along the wheels or pushed like against?
It's a sled. There aren't wheels.
Oh, sorry. What the hell am I thinking?
But the rails,
I'm
yes.
thinking cart.
Yeah. So she.
Yeah, that's what
it was
is,
pushed sideways.
Can I do a track check to see if
Yep, you can.
she got up or something helped her, or I did not.
Okay,
81.
you see no tracks. There aren't any wolf tracks, no man tracks, nothing.
Can I try? I mean, it doesn't hurt to try, right?
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to try.
I'll look around in the immediate area. I'll be looking around the tree lines or whatever to see if anything's there.
No, I don't do it.
You see no wolf tracks or man tracks. Spot hidden.
Oh, is it spot hidden?
No, for him.
Oh, okay. Well,
99.
99. Yeah, you see nothing. That is a critical failure. The light off the snow is something that you should have grown accustomed to, but being inside and traveling so long in the night, you walk outside and you are suffering from some hardcore day blindness right now.
My eyes are blind, but I can see. Come on, Dad.
Okay, what are you guys doing next?
Fuck you guys.
I'm gonna take the little old Frenchman off to the side and say,
I'm not old. Well, I am in 1922.
Yeah. Did we hear anybody moving in the night? Like, we're all sitting here looking around and going, who did this? And I could think of 7 people.
I didn't move around. Oh, are you asking me if I heard anyone?
Yeah.
You guys are standing around.
Did I hear anyone?
No, I pulled him off to the side.
Oh, okay. You two are standing around and you're looking at the people who are outside. And there's Charity, there's Gunn, there's the two of you. The nurse has made her way out and so has Lenny, but Keith is not outside.
Well, I thought Lenny was staying inside with the dogs.
I thought you were having him outside to watch the backs with all of the dogs and you were going to go in with one dog.
Yeah.
That's what I understood.
Okay, I was under the impression that...
You want him to stay inside with the dogs? Okay.
And not get fucking eaten.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
the point, by giant goddamn crows.
I'll just stick my head into the residences and yell for Deputy Keith.
Lenny pops his head out. He hasn't come down yet.
Go and get him.
I've got stuff on the burner.
Take it off the... stay there. I'll go. Good, somebody come with me?
Yeah, I'm coming with you. Fine. All right, and while we're going up there, I'm telling you, do we really trust everybody that we're with?
No, I don't even trust you.
That's insulting, but intelligent.
Okay, you guys go upstairs to Keith's room.
I've literally saved your life.
And you're hearing a rhythmic pounding noise.
Jumanji.
Not
Such a
not
good
of
idea
which
for
you
Magic
were
Eye
giggling
games as
about,
well.
Dave. But like something hard hitting a wall or something. It's very slow and just
Keith?
the pounding stops.
Detective Keith?
I'm a deputy. You hear from within.
It's Deputy Keith?
I'll pull my gun out.
Is that your little pistol?
It's average size pistol. I'm gonna look as though I'm about to kick the door down, but then I'll just look towards Rip to actually kick the door down, because I won't be able to.
Alright, I'm gonna pull out my shovel off my back, and I'm gonna just, open the door gently.
Yeah, it opens. It's not locked.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, bud!
It opens. You see Keith. He is the Deputy Keith. He is sitting on the edge of his bed, and he's got his breeches on, but and his arm is all bandaged up from what you did. But he is pale and sweating, and at his feet is a pool of vomit. And he kind of looks over and goes, "I'm not feeling so good."
You don't look good. Were you thumping?
No.
Has he got a fever?
Yeah. You go put your hand to his head, and he's burning up.
Well, that's not good. I'm going to open his bedroom window and call down to Nurse Gertrude.
I'll go running upstairs.
Okay. You make your way up to the third floor, which is where his room is, and he is just sitting there, and he looks queasy. He's pale. His hair is matted to his head, and he's leaning over the bed.
Does he have a police notebook?
Yes.
I'm going to look inside it. Has he written anything down inside it?
No.
Okay.
Not much. He's got the beginnings of a shorthand for him to fill out for reports later.
Okay.
But that's
Okay.
Had coffee today.
Dear Diary.
Dear diary.
Jackpot.
So in this case, because I can't do my actual checks.
you could do a medicine check to
Medicine?
figure out what's wrong with him.
Okay, absolutely. I will do that. And it's still with disadvantage for everything.
Unfortunately,
Forever?
Wherever I roll.
it is a permanent sanity effect.
Fuck me. Megan?
I don't understand.
100.
This is like having a blind rogue. Megan! Am I being punked? Where's Ashley?
Can you spend luck to just get out of the crit up to a 95?
Yeah,
I'm just asking, I don't know. Or push the roll?
you can push this roll.
I'm gonna. I'm just. So because it's with disadvantage, does my push roll also have disadvantage?
Yeah.
Or is it just roll another one? Okay.
Yeah.
It's going very well.
It's medicine though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then that's a pass.
He has a severe fever. If he doesn't get more in depth, if he doesn't see a doctor within the next little bit, something's going to go wrong. He's got some sort of infection, you think?
Oh, good.
And like you check his wound, his wound's not infected.
Mm-hmm.
None of them really are, but he is sick.
Oh. This Dr. Lang you guys keep talking about, what kind of doctor is he?
He's a scientist.
Deputy Keith goes, I think he's a geologist.
Oh, good. Fuck.
Well, this man needs a real hospital soon.
We should do this quickly then. Search the lab, find Dr. Lang and move on.
Yeah, we should.
We need to get this guy back.
Let's get this guy back to hospital from the Yukon. The nearest hospital is 2,000 miles away.
No, it's up in Anukpuk Pass.
Okay.
Would I assume him being outside in the snow and cold would help bring his fever down?
Probably would do more harm than good.
Yeah, okay. Alright.
Alright, let's leave the window open then, I guess.
Sure.
Cool it down.
Okay.
Yeah, but put him in bed. We don't want him to be cold.
Alright.
Just like, we're tucked in.
One leg out.
It's like just 1 foot.
Okay, you guys go down to investigate the lab.
I step aside and turn to you guys and be like, he's probably gonna die. We gotta be fast.
Oh no.
Charity says, not caringly.
Oh shoot! What's in the lab? You guys go to the lab. There is rough cubicles that have been set up inside this large processing plant, and they have used certain areas of this processing plant. Like there's a large kiln that they're using to melt and create alloys out of this metal. Various different samples strewn out. This is basically one big room that has been separated by rough cubicle walls.
Alright, I'll spot hidden, I guess.
Okay.
I just search the place. So
That's the standard.
Right?
Yeah, I think
Everybody
that's
doing
what
this? We're all helping each other, rolling with advantage?
I'm going to push.
No.
Oh, okay.
Extreme pass.
God damn. I pushed and it was worse.
I got an extreme success as well, because I'm spending luck.
I failed.
Okay.
I failed.
Actually, if I...
Also failed, but didn't critically fail. It was just a regular fail this time.
That's good. Well, good.
I want to ask something just out of curiosity. You know, I'm writing an X every time that I get an extreme.
Only once. If you do it once.
All right. Well then, okay. I'm not going to push it then. I got a hard success.
Okay. If you push it or whatever, you don't get to make the little mark.
Again.
Well, if you push it or if you spend luck on it, it doesn't count as you succeeding.
Okay.
You have to whatever you roll. That's what it counts as succeeding for improvement purposes. You guys go through and you search the lab. You find several chunks of this metal that have been formed into long, thin bars. And as it's been formed into this long, thin bar, you see these tunnels that have been wrought in. Actually, put like this almost Damascus steel look in the metal itself once it's forged and fired, right? And these tunnels turn and worm their way throughout the.
How big are these rods?
They're about 2 feet by like inch round. They're,
all right,
and they're rods. They are round.
Well, they're gonna be like 5 pounds a piece.
You pick it up and it's maybe a pound. It's incredibly light.
I'm gonna look over at Charity and be like, I'm gonna just take a bunch of these.
Yes.
I can take like a dozen
Okay. Yeah.
and put it in my backpack.
Yeah. Cool. Your extreme success. You're digging through everything. He's found this metal with these 2-foot rods. You actually end up finding what you would suspect is Dr. Lang's desk down here. And
I thought you were gonna say head. Like, oh no, okay.
you find his desk, and on the desk is a note that says, Dr. Winkler. Dr. Winkler, I have gone to the cave.
Does it actually say Z-E?
I'm just doing it in his voice.
Okay.
I have gone to the cave.
See Jamaica?
Terry, be nice. He's really trying.
Trying so hard.
Whip Cthulhu at you. Fuck guys, come on. I've gone to the cave. If you see this note, run. Something has gone wrong with Melody.
Interesting.
If you see her or Ryan, run.
Guys, note.
I'll take the time reading all the way through until the second paragraph, which is when he tells us to run. Run, okay?
I think we gotta run to the caves then.
Run to the what?
Is that what he said?
Yeah? Is that what he said?
No, he said, the note says that he has gone to the caves.
Yeah.
And if Winkler sees Melody or Ryan, to run.
Or if he sees us, no.
Something has gone wrong, run.
Well, are we gonna go back outside and tell him to run, or?
I was just gonna spook him. What do you guys want to do? Charity?
Well, according to what I read in the journal, it's saying that whatever is going on wants the light to be destroyed, so...
They didn't like fire, I say in my French accent, which I can't keep up. Should we try and kill him with fire?
I think we should go heavily armed with fire,
With
yes.
fire?
We have 5 torches.
That's good. And a can of lantern oil. I don't know.
5 cans, as a matter of fact.
You have lighter fluid,
I
right?
do have lighter fluid, yes.
Adam, roll a geology check, please.
I'm pushing it by 1, so I get a success.
Okay. You would note that this place used to be a old mining compound.
Yep.
There might be something a little bit bigger than a torch in terms of capability for fire and explosion.
I'm gonna run around and try to spot hidden then.
Okay.
Do I get advantage because I have an inkling of what I'm looking for?
No, you are able to roll because you have an inkling.
Ooh. Hard success.
Hard success. You are digging through some of the supplies in the further back, and you find a storage room that has a couple warning signs posted on it, and they are danger, explosion, authorized personnel only.
Oh,
I found TNT.
nice.
And you open up the door.
Did I find TNT?
There are crates upon crates upon crates in this room. And you go and look inside of one of these rooms, and inside one of these crates, and there is brown cylinders wrapped in a thick paper that have thick corded rope being...
I found TNT.
I'll light the torch so we can see a little bit better.
Roll a... Roll a science geology with disadvantage.
85.
85.
I fail.
Yeah, this TNT, it's TNT. However, you were never the guy who managed the explosives. So you're not exactly sure how to handle it.
I was military police. What's your...
But
I was a tank mechanic.
I want to put this out there. You're not exactly sure, but you know the guy who was like the explosives expert in your unit, and he was an idiot. So if he could do it, you could probably do it.
I got it. It's good. Everybody take a handful. The internet couldn't see the look on Dave's face then.
And this has been the Deep Dark of Radiance. Join us next week when we recap. You guys make it a crater.
But I think we should make some Molotov cocktails out of this lantern oil, though, if we can find.
Yeah, there's also vials of lantern oil in this room.
Yeah,
Sure. Okay.
let's do that.
Yep.
You can take the TNT.
Okay.
I need you to walk 30 yards ahead of us everywhere we go. But I'll make Molotov cocktails.
I'm gonna look around here for a flashlight too. Can I find a flashlight?
Roll a spot hidden.
Can I make 10?
My hard success didn't cut it before?
No,
Okay.
that was...
Well, success.
You make... Let's give you these. You make 4 of them.
4. So success for me.
Success. You do find an old, like military grade, old style, big briefcase sized flashlight. It's got a large, like 8-inch ring lens on it.
Sure.
And you go to flip it on, and it is dim as hell.
Should I bother looking for a battery? Does it have a crank on the side? That's question number 1.
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, I succeed.
Unfortunately, you don't find another battery. You search this place fairly well, but there is no additional battery. However, with your electrical repair...
Yeah? Ooh. I'm going to push that. That was significantly worse.
Okay. You're not sure if you are going to be able to put a charge back in this, but you're fairly certain that's all it needs, is another charge.
Okay.
Okay?
Alright, so this is dim. I'm going to keep this because of the dynamite. I don't want flames.
Sure.
Okay. What are you guys doing?
That's about it. Everything we've seen.
How much dynamite did you grab?
How much you said there's just shit tons of it?
Pretty much.
10 sticks. The 10... yes, I'm going to grab 10 sticks. I'm going to look around for like jars, like large mason jars. Can I find anything like that?
Oh, yeah.
In the lab? Like,
Yeah,
just beakers and
everywhere,
shit?
yeah.
I'm going to go outside, I'm going to fill them with snow, I'm going to put a stick of dynamite in each one of them, and fill my backpack up with these things, so they're not going to bump into each other, they've got kind of padding, and they're cold.
I have a plan. Now bear with me. I think we should affix a stick of dynamite to the neck of each sled dog. First, if we get hit by a big pack of something, we can send a dog off and then set the dynamite off.
If it comes to that, we can do this. We have the jars. You see, I got them with jars.
You're a psychopath!
What? No, that's
Extreme measures in the war,
extreme
right?
tactician, yeah.
Sure.
Alright, so I've got it like this. If we put them down and shoot them, it should be enough to blow them up. I'm not taking any wire, right? We don't have a plunger. I'm not gonna,
Yeah.
So
that's
we either
actually good, yeah.
we either have to light them ourselves or shoot them. And I figure that this is going to be a little bit...
Good. I was going to throw a Molotov cocktail on top of the dog that had the dynamite strapped to its neck, but your idea, same destination. Yours is simpler to get there, though.
It's going to rely on our large sniper friend, Gunther.
I'm also good. I'm a good sniper.
I mean, I've got a lighter, guys. Do you just, like...
But then you're holding a stick of dynamite. And I'm just going to put this out there. Don't. Especially in a mine. Because even if you run 50 feet away, the mine's coming down on you.
Then why are we taking dynamite at all?
So that you can get far away and blow it up?
Because you don't not take the dynamite.
Pretty much. I have room in my inventory.
Adam.
Yep.
Your whole odd chemist bullshit with throwing the stick of dynamite in snow and some mason jar, I need a dexterity check.
I'm not throwing it in.
I know you're not
placing
throwing it in.
gently.
You're placing it gently. The dexterity check is placing it gently enough because it is dynamite and not like C4 that you can jumble around. Dynamite will explode if you try to...
Is it dynamite or TNT?
Yes, it's TNT.
Okay. I'm gonna push that.
Yeah, you should. Because we're all in the same room right now. It's session 2.
And I'm standing beside more dynamite. A 7. I got a 7. That is
Just goes like this.
a extreme success. on
Yeah.
checks.
You have a Nicolas Cage in The Rock
hat.
trying to put those little green orb things back in, just with gigantic sticks of dynamite. And
Nobody breathe!
and you manage to store a dozen?
10. I said
10 sticks of dynamite. What do you want to do now, guys?
Stand away from my
Yeah.
Rip.
Let's head to the cave.
Now it's not just body order that it's causing everyone to keep their distance from
Well, there's
you.
nothing else in here, really, right? We got a spot hidden.
Not much, no.
Let's head to the cave.
Does it look like there's anything medical in here at all, or no?
Inside here?
Yeah.
Not really. There's scientific
Science
equipment.
lab.
It's a science lab. There's a first aid kit on the wall.
Ooh, science!
Can I raid the first aid kit on the wall?
Yeah, sure. You get another first aid kit.
Cool.
By the time you guys are done searching and everything, it is probably 3 or so o'clock in the afternoon, considering you guys didn't wake up till like noon. Right?
Yep.
So you guys go out and none of you really know where the caves are.
I know one man that will. Leonard.
Okay. You walk into the place and you see that Leonard has a... he's made lunch for everybody now.
I'm gonna take this time to go change into my light armor that I forgot I had.
Okay.
Nice.
That's the best.
1 second, she comes down in like a breastplate.
Wardrobe change.
So D&D. So D&D. I will change it back.
I got food for you guys. What, did you find anything in the lab?
No.
Fast talk. Roll. From Rip. Please.
Dr. Winkler, how fast can you run?
I mean, it's good, but it's not good enough. I rolled a 19, but my fast talk is shit.
Do you want to spend luck?
No. Oh, I don't have that
I would
much.
like to interrupt him. Yeah, Dr. Leonard, this note here, it's for you.
He grabs the note and his eyes go wide and he kind of shakes his head and says, if he's in the cave, then we need to go to the cave. I mean, Melody and Ryan are dead now, so...
So we should run to the mines?
Yeah.
Alright. I was going to take like a handful of food and start walking towards the door.
You guys make your way out of the residences and you start moving north. Leonard's going to mark on a map where this cave entrance is. And he says, there's a clearly marked track to it, right? And you guys go and start following the track. It's about a 2-hour walk just to get up to. And Leonard says, I'll just keep the dogs here, keep them warm, and I'll have them ready to go if we need to run.
Okay, we're still going to take a dog though, right?
Sure. Okay.
I'm sorry, are we leaving Keith by himself, or are we reading?
Keith is not mobile, and you know that. So Leonard could also watch over Keith. I could keep a cool rag on his head. You guys go and you make your way north. I need a spot hidden from everybody.
Well, I am.
Or a listen. You get to choose.
Ooh, splendid.
And Megan?
Hard success.
I got a hard success.
I rolled a 99.
Oh, Daffy.
Hey, Dave.
Yeah.
At one point, while you guys are walking, the cave is a little bit higher into the hills.
Go
and you're-
blind for a minute.
You are making your way uphill and towards where this cave is. And as you're going, you're keeping an eye out on the surrounds around you, and you're not quite paying attention just directly under your feet. And at one point, you trip, and because you're on a bit of a hill, you slide down the hill. You're going to take a point of damage as you bounce down this hill. Now you're at the bottom of this slippery ass hill, probably 20 feet down from everybody else. And behind you is this massive woods.
Good God.
Just got my health back.
Ugh.
You lost a point because you couldn't fucking hear properly.
No, Gunther!
You didn't turn your radio down so you could see where you were going.
For the hard successes, what was Charity's?
Wait, you're not carrying any
28.
dynamite, right?
No.
Thank the gods.
25.
So is that a success or failure?
Failure.
Failure. You are making your way along. You are strapped and ready for like a fight.
Wait, if I got a 28, that's a fail, right? Out of 25?
Yeah, that'll be a failure.
Okay.
You could push it for the 3 points to make it a success.
You can use luck. Or you can say...
Did you use listen or spot hidden for...
Spot hidden.
Spotted.
Okay. The two of you are walking up, and as you're elevating into this thing, are you going to spend the luck? No. You kind of look behind you, and you see off in the distance a plume of smoke that is moving. And that plume of smoke is immediately recognizable to both of you.
Yeah, I know what that is from my days in the army.
It's the train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tank mechanic.
Yeah. Yeah. You see the train has left the station at Radiance.
Interesting factoid, tanks and trains are very similar engines.
That is actually interesting.
I knew that from my time in the army.
Well, you would. Because I know it from mine.
So yeah, you see that the train has left the station at Radiance. And is hauling ass.
Further along or back the way it came?
It's going back. Sorry, it's going further along.
Interesting.
Are you telling me that you saw the train? Oh, I guess I saw the train.
Yeah, we both saw it. I'm gonna look at you and be like, that's interesting. Right. So the train's leaving a day early.
And we are not on it.
Aren't you supposed to be on it?
Yep.
Lost my job.
I don't even know if I still have my job, actually. I'm just doing what I want.
You guys make your way up the hill. And you enter.
I just want to shoot a character.
There's another. There's another gated. Not community. Another gated area, and the door's wide open here. And you guys, what do you want to do?
I want to check to look around, see if there's any tracks around, like if there's people coming in and out of this place.
Okay, roll a spot hidden, or roll a track.
Can I choose?
Yeah, sure. Roll a spot hidden.
55 against a 55.
Okay, you win. You see you actually see quite a lot of traffic in and out of here. Footprint traffic.
Okay.
A lot of it.
Animals?
And recent. Mostly human.
Mostly human?
Mostly human. There's
1
like a
minute.
dog
Mostly.
mark. There's a dog.
Who's got the dog?
Paw.
I assumed I had it.
Okay.
I assume the police officer had the canine unit.
Yeah, alright. Can we see the entrance to the mine from?
You can't quite see the entrance to the mine because it's into the side of the mountain, and it's kind of facing away from you as you walk in. I would like to point out you have walked for a couple hours, and at this point, the sun has started to set again.
Okay. Well, are we going in?
There is one outbuilding that is here by the mine itself, and it's fairly large. It's about the size of the residence building that you're in, but a lot shorter, a lot squatter.
I'm going to lead the dog towards the door to see if it's...
Is that where the tracks were leading?
There is no tracks leading to that one outbuilding. It seems like they are going directly towards the cave.
I'm going to check the building anyway, though. That's fine.
Alright, stay back. But who's going with them?
I'll keep a gun trained.
If somebody just covers me from a
direction,
distance, should be good. Can you cover me with your shovel?
Yep. I'm just going to throw a pickaxe 90 feet.
Charity and I keep wanting to call you Duffet. Charity and Gunther.
Yep.
Okay, you guys
Guns out.
you go and check it out. I'd like for you to roll spot hidden, and are you being particularly quiet about this?
Yes, Dungeon Master, I am. 93. But I'll push it. I feel good about it. As well I should. I failed.
Okay. All of the windows are frosted over.
Mm-hmm.
You can't quite see within this building. And you go to check the door, and it is, you note another chain that is holding this thing locked from the outside.
The dog's okay? Dog's not freaking out or anything?
The dog is whining very, very quietly, and is not enthused about being here, but is following your commands.
Okay. The dog is not that big, and there's a chain, so...
Bust it open.
Do we go? Okay, we go. And you're going to stay over there?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to very gently take off my backpack and put it 20 feet from everyone else.
Okay.
And then pick up my shovel and head on over to help pry open this shit.
Okay.
I'll go with him too.
Okay.
Still stand back, covering.
Yeah, rifle out.
With Gertie?
I'll stand beside the giant gun, yes.
Okay. Strength.
It's an average size gun.
Oh, that is a hard or an extreme success.
You, with your pickaxe, you take it into the chain and give it a quick little tug, and the chain pulls through rotten wood. You pull, and the wood just pulls away like paper almost. And the chain falls on the ground, and then the door swings open about 30% of the way, and then falls off its hinges and lands. The wood of this door is rotten to the core. and has fallen, and the house kind of creaks.
Can I recover the chain?
Yeah, it's on the ground next to you.
Yeah.
It's about a 2-foot length of chain that has a padlock on it.
Oh, that's a good flail.
Yeah.
And it's still connected in a loop. You pulled the chain through the door.
Yeah.
So it's still padlocked in a loop.
Yeah.
Okay. You look inside this room. This room is abandoned. The wood in here is rotten. You look up to see the backside of the roof has kind of caved in a little bit. And there's just this feeling of moistness to this room. Like there's a humidity in here. And you are looking around and you see the walls themselves are glimmering with moisture. Like there's a brightness to the walls because they have the light reflecting off them of the setting sun behind you.
Well, I got the door open.
How's the dog?
The dog, with the door now open, is trying to back away from this open door.
I'm gonna just say this, and bear with me. So I brought 10 sticks of dynamite. And we have an obviously evil freaking house that no one is using.
Why?
Because it is not freezing and when it should be, and the dog doesn't like it, and frankly, I have the heebie-jeebies. I said we blow this thing up.
Would it have been above freezing in the daytime?
Above freezing, no. And like the windows were frosted over.
Sure.
Or I have Molotov cocktails in my bag. If you want to burn it down instead.
Gertie, if you would like to hold the shotgun in case something happens, that would be acceptable.
Oh, absolutely.
Excellent shotgun.
What's it like this? Pointed at the door.
You're skilled with the shotgun, though, right?
Huh?
You're skilled with the shotgun,
I am.
right? Yeah.
So literally, she just grabs. Yeah.
Shit.
Just break the
Yeah.
You know what? Let's not even waste that. I'm just going to pull out a little bit of lantern oil
You
and
need shotgun stuff.
right on the front step there and light a match. And I want to light this building on fire.
Okay. You dump the lantern oil on the ground and you light it. And as the fire spreads, you note that the moisture inside the building is repulsing the fire. Like it's not just resistant to it, but it is repulsing, and the flames are leaning away from this opening as if almost there's a gentle breeze coming through, and then after a moment the fire burns down.
Alright, before it burns out, anyway, so dynamite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to put my rifle and pull my pistol out just in case something comes bursting out of this door.
Alright, I'm going to kind of jog back to the backpack, pull out one of these jars, jog back, put it inside the door where we can easily see it beyond the fire. And back up and be like, whoever wants to shoot that, I'm not going to run away.
Fuck it, I know, I just keep changing weapons. Right, I'm being very clear. Rifle out, I'm running away from the door. Who thinks you're a good shot? I'm alright.
I'm a good shot.
Like, if I was to rate myself out of 100, I'd say I'm 71 good at this.
I'm at 60 plus range, so yeah.
Yeah.
I'm 65 good at this.
Okay.
Wait, with firearms?
Yeah.
You're a literal hunter.
I'm 85 rifle.
Hunt third.
My God.
Oh God.
Okay.
Everybody stop shooting. Just give all your weapons to charity.
Well, the rich lady from North Carolina could shoot this thing then.
Okay, so...
Yeah, roll a shot.
The 3 ex-servicemen will just shut up and step back.
The nurse will.
She failed.
Failed! 97!
Push it.
Alright.
Push.
She failed harder. She critically failed.
Oh my god.
My God.
What happens if you critically
Luck,
fail when you
luck,
try to shoot
luck.
dynamite?
Luck. Okay.
It's 12 luck. Take you down to 50.
Okay. I'll do that. So what do I do? Roll again?
No, you just add the
No,
one.
so you would just scratch out
So that you
your
don't
62.
shoot one of the dogs.
Change it to 50.
Okay.
The only.
One of us
The
got
only
dynamite
dog.
stuck to the next, so be careful.
Aw, I was really looking forward to the critical fail involving dynamite.
You accidentally turn around and shoot the backpack that's 20 feet away.
Shoot the dynamite? Okay. Slow turn toward the backpack. Okay, yeah, you shoot, you connect with the jar, and the jar shatters. To hit the dynamite within the jar was going to be a hard success, but because you only have a success, you've hit the jar, and it has broken and shattered and spread out, and the stick of dynamite is sitting on top of the snow.
Oh god, I'll have a go. $81. Okay, I'll push mine, I guess. Just wasting ammo here.
Well, you guys are keeping track of your shot, right? The amount of shots you...
74. I missed twice.
You shoot...
Well, it's not 2 rounds.
It's just the one round.
Yeah.
You shoot, and the bullet goes clearly wide and embeds in the wall in the back of this house. And I need everyone to roll a listen.
Ooh, a listen.
42 success.
Oh, I got
That's a hard success.
Oh, I got a success.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did not succeed.
As this hits the wall, you guys hear a groaning noise of something heavy shifting. The building itself seems to... It's not going to collapse or anything, but you've disturbed the outer wall of this house, and you hear this groaning of... like...
Yes, like that.
This dynamite has a fuse hanging out of it, yes?
Yes.
I will go light the fuse with my Zippo lighter and then run away. As fast as I possibly can. To cover.
Roll a dexterity.
Okay.
Nice.
I rolled an 80. I needed an 80.
Oh.
Success.
Singed at the ass.
You book it. Absolutely giver. And you are running as everyone suddenly realizes what the shit you just did. And now everyone else is taking a few steps back.
Except for Rip, who tries to block the backpack with his body.
I assume if I assume if we were going to detonate it, the already would have been in a safe location, yes?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lie down before.
This house explodes in a monstrous cacophony. Large chunks of black wood fly in every direction known. And you guys actually see deep down in this pit that this house was leading towards, more of this wood is just completely pushed out and destroyed. You've blown the roof, you've blown the walls off this building. But as the shrapnel and as the charred remains of this building kind of fall all around you, you are noticing that also falling around you are these black slugs, these odd worm-like creatures that are falling down all around you. When they hit the ground, they like gasp this little squeal as they die from being out in the open sunlight. You note that you've blown the top off this building, and when you go and kind of get a closer look, you see a massive writhing pit of these worms that are screaming to high heaven now that the sun is starting to hit them. But you know the sun is setting, and in response to the explosion and the screaming worms and the distant hoot of a train horn, you guys hear a howl, low and baleful. I need you to roll in, I almost said nature. Actually, yeah, natural world.
You'll use 2 luck to be successful.
Okay. This is a wolf howl, but unlike one you've ever heard. This thing is deep and resonant and is clearly from something wolf-like, but never a creature you've seen.
I will relay that information to everybody.
Okay.
Alright, while he is saying that, I'm nodding. And then looking at you and saying, Molotov cocktail, into the pit. It's all the worms.
Oh, wait. Yeah.
Richard just falls into the ground in a ball and heap of just fear.
Yeah.
You just met us. Relax.
You throw...
We do this, it's okay.
I thought
you throw the Molotov in, and it erupts in flame. Like, these things are combustible in a way of their own, and are just... this roaring blaze lights the area as the sun continues to set.
I'd like to get into the mine before that howling thing is coming around.
Agreed.
How's our dog doing?
How is it?
Oh, terrified.
It pooped.
It is. It has like
It's got
color?
full
powered
Gertrude.
upon itself. It's
What
gone full.
color is the dog?
It's gone full Gertrude. Huh?
What color is the dog?
White.
All white husky.
A white with like streaks of gray.
His name is Gaetan.
His name is pardon?
Gaetan. Gaetan.
Okay, cool. What do you guys want to do?
We're going at the cave.
All right.
It seems that these things don't particularly like the daylight. Maybe we should all have some sort of light as we go in there.
I will carry a torch.
Yeah.
I will carry a torch.
Yeah, same.
Okay, you guys light your torches and you move up to the cave entrance. And this is the old, like, it's not a massive cave entrance, right? Like, it's not like this 20-foot hole.
Oh no, fuck! I have a lantern.
Okay. There is a odd wooden outbuilding that is sticking out, very much like an old style mine would have. But it's about 10 foot high and 5 foot wide, and there's a set of tracks that go in, like rail tracks that go inside. And you all light your torches and everything, and you turn to go inside, and with the new illumination of your lights, as the sun is setting, you see hanging, strung out, splayed like Da Vinci's Perfect Man, you see the body of an older German man, nude. And his guts are...
That's how we can tell he's German.
How do we know he's German?
Because he's strung up and nude to a piece of...
his guts are... His stomach is ripped open horizontally and vertically, and his intestines are pulled out, and he is tied up to this open space. His throat is cut, and there is gushing black blood that is still pouring from the wound. His head is leaned back, his eyes looking up to the heaven, and on his face is this look of rapture, this absolute look of serenity, as he he is held there by his own entrails. His skin has mostly been flayed off of him, and stamped, carved into what is left of his flesh. You see the image of a silhouetted man with long claws.
This has been an It's a Mimic production. You can find more quality content on iTunes, Spotify, or YouTube, or at www.itsamimic.com.